Shane Carter is going to pick the world champion here tonight. And Shane Carter goes after Lamar James Jackson.
Arigato MPWF fans, and welcome to MPWF War episode 24. We are live tonight from Tokyo, Japan, and it is the fallout to MPWF Destiny, folks. We are here live with an incredible show on the final road to WrestleMania 12. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to us at MPWF Wrestling. It is free $99, ladies and gentlemen, and what a night of action we have for you. Money in the Bank qualifiers. You're going to hear from the CAW World Heavyweight Champion, Chris Champ, after the attack you just saw in the video. If you haven't seen Destiny, you need to check out the event. But Ryan Sparks, brain-bustering the champ on the turnbuckle right after winning the championship. There is so much to go through here tonight, folks, and we're going to make sure we get through all of it. It is going to be an incredible night of action, and I also want to hear from Ryan Sparks later tonight. But we are heading to ringside, as I have been told. The first thing here tonight, we're going to hear from the former CAW World Heavyweight Champion, Lamar James Jackson. And again, this is not how Lamar James Jackson thought he would be heading into MPWF War episode 24. Honestly, a lot of people didn't think that Lamar James Jackson would not be walking in to WrestleMania as the CAW World Heavyweight Champion. But it was a triple threat rules match. He even got Lamar James Jackson even got Lamar Golden to take out Shane Carter before the matchup. But it didn't matter. Chris Champ became the world's heavyweight champion. And folks, it looks strange to see Lamar James Jackson without the gold, the mastermind behind the Generation of Scum. And I haven't got any words from Lamar James Jackson since Destiny in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He's wanted to talk to nobody. He's been closely confiding in the members of the Generation of Scum. And they have a ton of championships right now. Marcus Eagle still the MPWF World Heavyweight Champion. Aries, the European Champion. Phoenix Oscura, the Cruiserweight Champion. Sakura Furukawa back in action. You would think that this would make the Generation of Scum the toughest it has ever been. But they look naked, as you see there, without the CAW World Heavyweight Championship. And Jackson can thank Shane Carter for that. Shane Carter was put in a precarious position with both Chris Champ and Lamar James Jackson climbing out the cage at the same time. And Carter had to make a choice. Whoever he went for first, the other person would be crowned the world champion. And Carter went for Lamar James Jackson. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. That's kind of what we call karma. Lamar James Jackson and Scum have been causing a ton of issues here in the MPWF for a long time now. And it seems that what goes around comes around, and it came around in a big way for that matter. And you can see how subdued Lamar James Jackson is. He honestly looks lost right now, folks, without that championship gold. Still has all the aura in the world. Let's face it, folks. Dr. Dre, still Dre playing in the background. He's still that guy, but it is a strange sight without that World Heavyweight Championship. Sold out here in Tokyo, Japan, folks. 22,000 strong here tonight to see MPWF action. And again, USUC is universal, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what country you're from, you can understand what that means. And right there, it's not a weird crotch shot. It's the fact that Lamar James Jackson is no longer the World Heavyweight Champion. And he says, I guess that you will feel happy right now. I guess you will feel that something has been accomplished because I lost the CW World Heavyweight title. All that has happened is Chris Champ got lucky. The Lamar James Jackson era is far from over. I wasn't pinned or submitted. I was stopped by Shane Carter, and he must pay for his sins against me. Well, Jackson still as confident as ever, and says that Shane Carter must pay for his sins against him, and that Chris Champ got lucky to be the CAW World Heavyweight Champion. Now again, that is all what Lamar James Jackson believes, but the fact of the matter is he's no longer champ. And he says, but believe it or not, I am a patient man, and I will deal with Shane Carter later. WrestleMania is around the corner, and I am winning back my CAW World Heavyweight Championship. For all of you too stupid to remember, I have a rematch for the title. I don't care about Shane. I don't care about Ryan's temper tantrum. Chris Champ, I'm taking back my world title at WrestleMania 12. Lamar James Jackson says he's not concerned about Shane Carter right now. He's not concerned at the fact that Ryan Sparks took out the world champion. He wants Chris Champ one-on-one at WrestleMania 12 for the CAW World Heavyweight title. Now wait a minute here. That is the music of the general manager of MPWF War, Brian Adams. And he's going to have to clear up this situation here because Lamar James Jackson is not a happy camper at all, folks. And there he is, Brian Adams. And it was incredible. Brian Adams, on our previous episode of MPWF War, told Lamar James Jackson that the way Scum does business, that's it. He's been too lenient. He's let them get away with too much. All in the pursuit of having 2 world titles on board. All in the pursuit of beating Annihilation. But the question is, was it worth it? Brian Adams is starting to realize it wasn't. And again, will now losing the World Championship make the generation of Scum even more dangerous than they were before, folks? A lot of tension here. And Adam says, Lamar, you must be out of your damn mind if you think that you're getting a title shot at WrestleMania. After the havoc that you and Scum have caused, I told you at the end of the last episode that Scum was going to be put on a leash. You have attacked officials, ruined title matches, assaulted wrestlers, and other personnel. There are consequences for your actions. Well, Brian Adams saying that Lamar James Jackson ain't getting no rematch at WrestleMania, and you cannot blame him. The generation of Scum does what they want when they want and think there's no consequences for their actions. Well, Brian Adams is making that real clear here tonight. And Jackson don't look happy about it. Adams says you should have been stripped of the world title a long time ago. Your godson managed to find a loophole to keep the North American title, and because I wanted what was best for the brand, Marcus kept the MPWF world title. But I should have shipped his ass to Annihilation. If you want another shot at the world title, you are going to have to earn it. And right there, folks, that is huge by Brian Adams, telling Lamar James Jackson that if you want to be champ, you got to earn it, big dog. You want a rematch, you got to earn it. You've been causing too much havoc. And Lamar James Jackson says, Brian, we've known each other a long time, brother. Do not make this mistake. Don't become my enemy. You and I both know that I am what's best for business. Chris Champ is unproven, and you're going to let him walk into WrestleMania as the world champion? Are you going to book a world title match without me? And then Lamar James Jackson talking about them ticket sales. Yeah, we got 22,000 strong here in Tokyo. He said you're going to book a matchup for the world title without hood violence. Brian Adams says, I never wanted to be enemies. I am the one who brought you back. But this scum crap, your threats, it ends. I'm not some scrawny GM that cannot stand up for himself. I'm not so old that you can break me. You did this to yourself. You will not be in the world title match at WrestleMania 12. Brian Adams putting his foot down strong. Oh, wait a minute. Talk about putting their foot down. Lamar James Jackson there with a cheap shot on Brian Adams. Now see, this is a problem right here. Lamar James Jackson's temper gets the best of him. Brian Adams explained diligently in something that everybody in every language can understand that you've gone too far. And Brian Adams down with a bullhammer. Brian Adams saying you've gone too damn far. Scum has done too damn much, and you are not going to sit here and dictate what goes on the MPWF War roster. Brian Adams fighting back here against Lamar James Jackson. He said he ain't no scrawny GM, but wait a minute. Hood violence with the gut-wrench powerbomb. And again, I don't know what Lamar James Jackson thinks he's going to get in this situation. He thinks he's going to beat Brian Adams bad enough that he's going to get a shot at the world title. Honestly, this punishment for Lamar James Jackson is quite tame if you ask me. Wait a minute. And there's Shane Carter. And these two men ain't done fighting. We went to the close. We went off the air at Destiny with these two men scrapping. And we're kicking things off here in Tokyo with a fight between Lamar James Jackson and Shane Carter. They are fighting worldwide. Calgary to Tokyo. And now wait a minute. Big headbutt there by Lamar James Jackson. And now went for the clothesline and Shane Carter hitting him in the face. And you can see that Shane Carter is not 100% from being gorilla press slammed through that table at the hands of Lamar Goldberg. Shane Carter trying to get back at Lamar James Jackson here. And this is going to come to a head at some point. These two men need to finish this war that they have been having since SummerSlam with each other. And what's crazy is this was about the gold to begin with. But neither man is going into WrestleMania with the World's Heavyweight Championship. And now wait a minute. Nice reversal there by Shane Carter. This crowd here is hot for the MPWF tonight. And now Jackson with that shot to the midsection. And now throws Lamar James Jackson into the corner. And oh, wait a minute here. Now we saw the ring break at MPWF Crossroads. Could we be seeing a break tonight here? As you see the athleticism of the one, Shane Carter. And now a superplex off the top rope. An incredible feat of athleticism by the one, by the legend killer. And he wants to be the man that ends the legend of Lamar James Jackson. And a big clothesline there by Shane Carter. I mean, this man literally stopped in tonight, grabbed a cone from the roadworks that was going on to beat his man with it. And now went for that strike. Oh no. Lamar James Jackson put that point into his gut. Oh my God, no, oh thank goodness. Lamar James Jackson was going to gut-wrench powerbomb him on the point of that cone. And Shane Carter's arm inadvertently just saved his life there, folks. And we're going to need some security. We're going to need the National Guard, whether that's in the United States, whether that's in Tokyo, NATO. You know, this is an international incident right now. We need to figure out a way to stop these two men from destroying each other. An elbow there by Shane Carter right to the face. And now throws Lamar James Jackson into the barricade. And oh, wait a minute. Going for another suplex again here on Lamar James Jackson. His foot bouncing off the apron. Well, folks, you wanted chaos to start off MPWF War. You wanted pandemonium. You've got it. You've got it right here tonight. Jackson slowly getting to his feet. Shane Carter with the steel steps, and he hits Jackson with it. I don't know how you're going to contain these two men. A cage didn't contain them at Destiny. But Jackson, again, still showing that he is tough as nails. And I'll throw Shane Carter into the steel ring steps. And oh, wait a minute now. Lamar James Jackson with the steps. And this right here is extremely dangerous. Shane Carter already damaged. It could get worse here at the hands of Lamar James Jackson, but Carter reverses. And now Carter throwing Lamar James Jackson against the barricade. And he's got those steel steps here. Lamar James Jackson slowly getting to his feet again. And oh my word. What a shot with the steel steps there by Shane Carter. No, wait a minute. Brian Adams is security now. Separating these two men. Again, these are investments of the War brand, and they're trying to end each other here tonight. And Adams says, listen, nobody is above the rules. Nobody. This has been coming for a long time, but you two need to settle this, and you will at WrestleMania 12, because it will be Lamar James Jackson versus Shane Carter. Last man standing match. Well, folks, it's WrestleMania season, and it just got bigger. It's going to be Shane Carter versus Lamar James Jackson. Last man standing at WrestleMania. Huge matchup, folks. And look at both of those men's faces. We are going to see absolute destruction at WrestleMania 12 between these two men. Well, folks, that is how you kick off a wrestling show. That is how you get everybody invested in MPWF War. And we're not done. Money in the Bank qualifying. Rhino Rick Jones versus Zeus. Not only that, Kane Knight takes on tendencies. On our final Money in the Bank qualifier, it would be Lamar Goldman versus Tom Sawyer, all here tonight. But not just that. Tag team action. Hometown hero Yamamoto Yoshino and Maximus Guerrero Jr. take on Phoenix and Aries, as well as the women's tag team titles would be on the line. It would be the BFFs against Fear and Violence here tonight, and the main event, Lady Izanami versus Carmella Carmichael. All of this right here live on episode 24 of MPWF War, folks. It is going to be a sweet night of action. Now we had security clear things up. We're moving into our first matchup here tonight, folks. It is a Money in the Bank qualifier. Meredith Grey came out at Crossroads and announced that we will have a Money in the Bank ladder match, only 6 spots. Now it is humongous. With the Money in the Bank briefcase, you can cash in at any time up to for the next calendar year for any championship of your choosing. But realistically, folks, everyone's going after those world titles. And we've talked about it before. Rhino Rick Jones coming into the MPWF at a very difficult time. But again, as a shout out to one of our fans that's gone through all of our events, Tony Watt saying that Rhino Rick Jones is one of those ones, folks. And he's wanting to prove that here tonight. We've seen some of the issues he's had with Zeus in recent episodes, but Rhino Rick Jones would love to stamp his approval, stamp himself in the MPWF by bringing down that briefcase. He's got a massive challenge, perhaps the toughest qualifying match here on MPWF War. He competed in the Elimination Chamber matchup, was impressive, was not able to go on to challenge Marcus Eagle. That honor has gone to the Cypher, and what a matchup that is going to be at WrestleMania for the MPWF World's Heavyweight Championship. But again, if Rick Jones could win tonight, if Rick Jones could win the Money in the Bank briefcase, well, he could interrupt that MPWF World title matchup at WrestleMania. We saw Marcus Eagle win last year, and he is the current champion thanks to that opportunity. And here is a man that has been screaming out for the World Championship. Zeus, like how I talk about Benson Clement on Annihilation, a man that should be World Champion, but just seems to fall short at that last moment. And Zeus, he'll tell you himself, he is too damn big to be failing at that moment. Got eliminated last in the Elimination Chamber. An incredible final sequence against the Cypher. Zeus is putting that behind him to compete in a ladder match. Now, the question here, folks, is do we have a ladder strong enough to hold Zeus if he can win here tonight? Because Zeus is practically a ladder himself and could almost reach up and grab the briefcase. But Zeus with the Money in the Bank briefcase would be one of the most terrifying prospects we have ever seen here in the MPWF. Just like Rhino Rick Jones, Zeus ain't afraid of nobody. And you cannot blame him here. Now Rick Jones, an MMA enthusiast, an MMA fighter trained with Ivan Volkov, knows his way around the ring, is going to have to use his strikes and speed against the power and size of Zeus. And as I say that, the strikes ain't working against Zeus. It's a difficult thing to fight a man the size of Zeus. And look at that right there. A big frying pan sized right hand by Zeus. And now Zeus here with a collar elbow tie up, and now Irish whip to Rhino Rick Jones. And again, how about what we just heard, folks? Last man standing between Lamar James Jackson and Shane Carter at WrestleMania 12. As well as we know, Cypher and Marcus Eagle for the championship, Carmella versus Carmella Carmichael for the CAW Women's World title, MPWF Women's World Championship, Serenity challenging Justice Fitzgerald. It's going to be an incredible event. And now look at that. Using those hips does Zeus, and a big slam takedown there by Rhino Rick Jones. And the crowd is going to be very different here in Tokyo, Japan, folks. The audience here, respecting them real graps, respecting real pro wrestling here, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be paying the utmost attention to the action here tonight. And Rhino Rick Jones now baiting Zeus, and a big headbutt there by the Rhino. Yeah, what a fitting nickname, Rhino. Rick Jones, don't stop. He always brings that energy, brings that fight to you. And now wait, Zeus went for the strike. Rick Jones on the top turnbuckle, and now a flying martial arts kick. Rhino Rick Jones on top of Zeus here. Rick Jones thinking he's part of the Power Rangers, jumping up the top rope like that, folks. And Zeus certainly does not want to get beaten here by Rhino Rick Jones tonight. But look at this. Rick Jones having his way with Zeus now. And putting on a clinic here, bending back the arm of the big man. And Rhino Rick Jones proving that if we're both on the ground, we're the same size. And that's what Rick Jones has to pull off here tonight. And now look at this. Grabbing Zeus into the ropes here. And now look at these knee strikes and using the ring to his advantage. And again, this is a high in-ring IQ by Rhino Rick Jones. And a big boot there, and Zeus goes to the floor. And the Rhino in all kinds of control here in the early goings of this contest. And Rick Jones now with a diving fist drop takes down Zeus. Now, as good as that move was, Rick Jones wants to make sure that Zeus is down on the inside of the ring. On the outside, don't benefit him too much. And I'll wait for that double axe handle. Zeus moved out the way, and there's another shot. And that one immobilizing Rhino Rick Jones, and oh my goodness. Gorilla press slamming him into the apron. And Zeus getting real pissed off. Zeus is frustrated, ladies and gentlemen. Zeus believes that he should be champion by now. Not to mention the fact that the MPWF fans voted on who will be competing for the North American title. And thank you for those votes. We know it will be Lethal Mathematics versus Greg James for the vacant North American title at WrestleMania. But Zeus in that said that his performance was exceptional at Crossroads, and the fans should have voted him to go off that North American Championship. So he's going to prove to the MPWF fans that they made the wrong decision here tonight. We will also hear from Lethal and Greg James later on in this broadcast. As now, Irish whip sends Rick Jones into the ropes, and oh my word. That was a high jump, far landing for Rhino Rick Jones here tonight. And now look at this, grabbing him by the back of the neck again, and another reverse choke slam there by Zeus. And this is what Rick Jones did not want to happen, is Zeus to be in control like this. It is very difficult to shift the momentum once Zeus has what he wants here. And now look at this. He's going to try and squeeze his skull, squash him there with his two fists. And now picking Rick Jones right the way back up again. And Zeus staying strong here. And now go for that throw. And oh, wait a minute. Nice reversal there by Rick Jones. Out of nowhere, switching that into the arm drag. And now the Rhino trying to build himself back up here. And now wait a minute. Oh, nice. And there's the speed I was talking about by the Rhino. Goes for the cover. Oh, wait. Zeus with a reversal with a cover. And another reversal. One, and a kick out there by Zeus. And again, Zeus showed his intelligence with that small package on Angel Ortiz in the Elimination Chamber matchup. And now Rick Jones, came in too slow there. Zeus with 2 boots to the face. And now this could be bad here for the Rhino as he goes face first to the ground there at the hands of Zeus. And Zeus now hooking that leg on Rhino Rick Jones to go to the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. And no. Zeus has competed in 1 match at WrestleMania, folks, in which he lost to Lethal Mathematics at WrestleMania 10. Zeus wants to rectify that at WrestleMania 12, and face first goes the Rhino. And now look at this here. Rhino Rick Jones actually competed at WrestleMania 9, ladies and gentlemen. It was in a 6-man tag team matchup with Angel Ortiz and Savage Weight Shane Riley. Well, no, sorry, I am incorrect in that statement. That was the night afterwards. Because Angel Ortiz... No, that's right. What am I talking about? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. The Dr. Ice Jr. faced Shane Carter. It was 6-man tag team matchup. And now, wait a minute. Look at that. Beautiful. Rick Jones able to escape Zeus there. I'm talking foolishness on commentary, folks. Rick Jones with WrestleMania 9. And he wants to get back there WrestleMania 12. My word, folks. And what a running knee strike there by the Rhino. Hooking the leg here on Zeus. Trying to go to WrestleMania. And no. So Rhino Rick Jones experienced some votes from the fans as well. Didn't make it to the North American title matchup, but he appreciates the fan support all the way. And there's a German suplex to Zeus. And now Rick Crook clothesline, and he falls Zeus up. Zeus getting turned inside out as the Rhino now on the top turnbuckle, and a diving knee drop. And that could be it. Can the Rhino go to WrestleMania 2? And Zeus gets the shoulder up again. And now Rhino Rick Jones here. Gonna go for a submission hold on Zeus whilst he's on the ground. He's gonna try and make the big man tap out. And wait a minute now. Zeus is just too damn big. And look at the size of Zeus's arms here. They're like tree trunks. Oh, wait. Zeus is not crazy, though. Zeus is knocked loopy from that knee strike. And oh, my God. What an elbow there by Rick Jones. And the Rhino has Zeus rocked. It don't matter how big you are. If you get hit in that right spot on the button, you're finished. But a nice sprawl there by Zeus and big elbows to Rhino Rick Jones. And he's got him up on his shoulders for that running power slam. And that is some hella impact there by Zeus to send him to WrestleMania. And no, Rick Jones gets the shoulder up again. Incredible matchup here we are witnessing on episode 24 of MPWF War. The opportunity of a lifetime here in Tokyo, Japan. And big clothesline there by Rick Jones. And a second one by the Rhino. And now catching Zeus's boot. A nice leg trip there by Rhino Rick Jones. And he's looking for that Emerald Flosion on the big man Zeus. And Zeus with a shot, and this one staggered Rick Jones. But Rick Jones fights back with a knee to the midsection. And now catches Zeus. And now the Rhino here. What a Muay Thai kick that was. As he sends Zeus off the ropes. And now the Rhino with a right hand. And now off the ropes goes Rhino Rick Jones. And a big boot to the face. And now he's looking for it. The Emerald Flosion to go to the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. And oh my God! Powerbomb there. From the depths. Rick Jones with the powerbomb. And Zeus gets the shoulder up. Oh my word. Rick Jones gave everything he had on that powerbomb to go to WrestleMania, and he misses the knee drop. Rick Jones with a knee drop up the top turnbuckle, and Zeus now with the end of days, and that is it, folks. A hell of an effort by Rick Jones, but Zeus goes to the Money in the Bank ladder match. And you know how insane it is that Rick Jones was able to hit that powerbomb? I was thinking that gut wrench earlier from Lamar James Jackson, but a incredible powerbomb. Well, look at the offense here of Rhino Rick Jones. I gotta imagine if Rhino Rick Jones faced anyone else, he would have qualified. But Zeus is an absolute monster. And again, he tried to break the Kaiju here tonight, but it did not work out. So right here in Tokyo, Japan, Kaiju 1, Civilization 0 here in our first matchup. I'm hoping that we get a replay of that powerbomb. That was insane. And I look at the athleticism here of Rick Jones. He is so impressive, but again, like I've mentioned, it is so tough to debut before WrestleMania. Look at this here. Straight powerbomb. Oh my goodness. The power of the Rhino. But Zeus barely getting the shoulder up, and then here, missing the knee drop with no knee pads is a mistake. End of days, and Zeus has qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Well, again, we're going to need to reinforce the ladders at WrestleMania, but this one right here is my favorite. This is my odds-on pick to win the Money in the Bank ladder matchup, because who in the hell can stop Zeus, folks? But again, we're going to continue the action here on MPWF War. We still have 2 more Money in the Bank ladder match qualifiers, as well as the women's tag team title on the line, as well as the main event, Lady Izanami versus Carmella Carmichael, still scheduled here tonight. But look at this. Rhino Rick Jones getting to his feet, and you can hear the appreciation and respect of the fans here in Tokyo, Japan. Rick Jones put on a hell of a matchup against Zeus. He gave it his all. Again, if you're watching the World Cup, very similar to Cape Verde versus Argentina. Rick Jones did his best here tonight, but it wasn't enough. But that doesn't mean his journey is over. Not by a long shot. Again, I like to say, Senator Palpatine would say, we will watch your career with great interest, but here we are backstage with the Goldman family. And again, what a situation it was at Destiny, where their mum showed up. And Jet Goldman says, Unc is pretty mad in there, huh? I heard him throwing stuff and yelling. It seems that he doesn't want to face Shane Carter at all. Well, again, no, he does not. Last man standing. And Lamar Goldman says, no, he is not. He wants that world title back in the worst way. Honestly, I would be afraid if I was anyone else in the MPWF, not a part of Scum. I've never seen him like this. Jess says, look, I know we battled at Destiny. I learned a lot from that match. But you gotta know that Mums was right. No matter what happens, family has your back. I understand and see the benefit of Scum. But I'm telling you, WrestleMania could be your night. Imagine if you won the Money in the Bank. You're gonna cash it in Marcus or Cypher? Or are you gonna get that CAW World title? Again, the possibilities are endless here for Lamar Goldman if he can win tonight and win the Money in the Bank briefcase. He says, I'm going to do what's right for me. But rest assured, when I win that Money in the Bank briefcase, I will be World Heavyweight Champion. Well, again, later come tonight, it's going to be... Oh, wait a minute. Jet Goldman saying, I believe you. But what about Shane Carter? You don't think that he wants revenge? You made a choice that cost him the CW World Heavyweight title. Now, that is a good point that Jet Goldman brought up there. He says, I ain't scared of Shane Carter. I'm going to handle business whenever I need to. But as for right now, he is preoccupied with Jackson. That leaves me all the room in the world to focus on the Money in the Bank briefcase. Well, again, Lamar Goldman seems like he has everything planned out. He will meet that man right there, in fact, Tom Sawyer, as he's with K Knight in the back. And K Knight says, I told you that you had one job, and that was to handle Aries. But what did you do? You gave him the European title. You're good at this wrestling thing, kid, but you ain't ready for the big time. I told you that I'm coming after the European title, and I will handle Aries after I win Money in the Bank. Man up and do something about your situation. You were lucky to bring Greg James because you couldn't beat me. Now, Kane Knight here yelling at Tom Sawyer. I know Kane Knight is frustrated. I spoke to him after Crossroads. Kane Knight really thought he was going to go to WrestleMania, and he looked real good whilst he was in the chamber. And I think that's more so what we're seeing here is the frustration of Kane Knight. You know, it's tough, man. You had an opportunity to challenge for the world title. And you fall short. I feel for King Knight, but as you heard from that ovation, we are in the hometown of Lady Izanami. And what a main event we have scheduled for you tonight. Her and Carmella Carmichael to finally go at it. Lady Izanami was mere moments away from becoming the Women's World Champion at Destiny. But Carmella taking her out for the express purpose of making sure that it was her versus her twin sister at WrestleMania. Well, Bryan Adams booked us an incredible main event because they're going to settle their issues before WrestleMania. The world is going to be watching this one. And Lady Izanami to address the fans here in Tokyo, Japan. And Izanami saying, "What's up" to the fans here. I could say it because I can speak a little Japanese, but it would be bad, folks. Where she says, "Tonight the MPWF brings the pain to Japan, and I couldn't be more proud. My goal is for CPV to come to Japan, and I want to be the Women's World Champion when it comes. And I should be, but thanks to Carmella Carmichael, I am not." And that is what it is right there. Izanami would have been the Women's World Champion at Destiny had it not been for Carmella Carmichael. She says, "Tonight I will face Carmella one-on-one so we can prove who is better in the main event. Me and Carmella have never been friends, but we have always had professional respect for each other until the Royal Rumble. Since I moved to the USA, every wrestler I have encountered have been out for themselves. They have all lost sight of the spirit of pro wrestling." And it's been a rough time and again a climate adjustment for Lady Izanami. She has tried to wrestle for the championship, wrestle being top, and it hasn't worked out her way. And she says, "I've become a victim of this. I wanted to prove I was the best fighter the MPWF had ever seen. But it started with Morgan screwing me out the title, and then I had to deal with Carmen, and now her sister, the good one, is about treachery, pretending to be Lazura Azul, costing me the title. I will prove tonight that fighting spirit is the only way to win." And Izanami has not been able to handle the fact that Lazura Azul was Carmella Carmichael. And Carmella did what she had to do to get at her sister to win the Royal Rumble match. And always speaking of that, here's the music of the #1 contender for the CW Women's World Championship. And we ain't used to hearing Carmella Carmichael get booed, and folks, that is only happening because she is about to take on Lady Izanami in Tokyo, folks. But Carmella Carmichael made it clear at Destiny that no one else is facing you, Carmen, at WrestleMania besides me. So I will do what I have to do to make sure it's me and you one-on-one. And she did that. I mean, she's the renegade for a reason, folks. You think that's just a gimmick? You think that's just a nickname? Carmella Carmichael has come and has experienced what it's been to be the Carmichaels. Don't forget, either you're a simp or you're a fool. And that goes both ways. That's to both men and women on the roster. That's the men and women as fans here. Carmella Carmichael is going to do whatever it takes to get her sister one-on-one. Well, it ain't simple time here tonight, especially not between these two. She says, "Izanami, I told you that it was nothing more important than me stopping my sister. The world that we live in is not kind. It is not fair. Yeah, check out those RAM prices, folks. And there is no use in pretending. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. My sister can only be stopped by being underhanded. I don't make the rules. I play them, and then I change them." And again, that is something that has to be talked about as well. To fight someone like Carmella Carmichael, you gotta fight dirty. And we have seen a dark side of Izanami as well. She may need to tap into it here in the MPWF. Carmella says, "Tonight, whether you like it or not, I will show you in the country of Japan the utmost respect when I face you and win one-on-one with true fighting spirit. Because at WrestleMania, when it comes to Carmen, I will fight dirty. The landscape has changed, and if you don't want to get left behind, Izanami, You need to fight fire with fire. Now right there is an interesting message by Carmella. She says she's gonna fight with fighting spirit against Izanami, but when it comes to her sister, she is fighting down, dirty against her at WrestleMania 12. So what our main event is going to be Izanami and Carmella Carmichael. They're going to tear the house down, folks. And now, wait a minute. We are in the merchandise shop, and there's the generation of scum. And quite frankly, I don't like any of these people here right now. And Marcus Eagle says, I just need you gentlemen to know, I'm proud of both of you. Scum is dripping in gold, but we aren't done yet. Tonight we are going to continue to make a statement. These guys got their own music playing in this place. Sakura says, this is our new place of business. And to bring it all in, you boys are going to destroy Maximus and Phoenix. And then with Goldman helping out Lamar James Jackson, it will be all hands on deck for Marcus at WrestleMania. Scum will not lose the MPWF World Heavyweight title. We have all bought into the vision. Now let's see it through. Now could you imagine at the end of WrestleMania, Lamar Goldman with the Money in the Bank briefcase, Lamar James Jackson with the CW World title, Marcus with the MPWF World title, Phoenix with the Cruiserweight title, and Aries with the European title. It is all possible at the end of WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait, look at this. Tony and Ryan Sparks talking to each other in the back. We will hear from them later, but right now, we are going to see how our tag team title match has come about, folks. Let's roll to the footage, but I wonder what scheming the Sparks players have. With a deadlift German suplex. Big move there by Sasha. Pandora makes the tag. Shotzi's in trouble. And now, wait a minute here. And now, oh my goodness. An Aeroflosion, a snow plow, if you're a fan from the Attitude Era, and a leg hook by Pandora. 2, 3, unreal stuff. That's the action that we're trying to replicate here in the MPWF, okay? Ruthless aggression era from WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, even Shinoku Driver. That's what we're talking about now. Wait a minute. And now look at this. Oh, the Black Hearts. With the hockey sticks, because they're in Canada, of course. Not subtle at all, but they're taking out fear and violence here. Your payback or your just desserts, as they say. And now, wait a minute here. And now Ashanti Capoeira. Oh, what a kick there to Sally. And now, oh, wait a minute.
What?
Oh, Dakota Kai. We mentioned it earlier.
What?
Dakota Kai.
Well, she's helping out, so it still counts. She's helping out, it counts.
Dakota Kai of the Blackhearts taking out Ashanti Capoeira.
It counts. Now they win.
And now wait, Ashanti getting back inside the ring. And now wait a minute. Fanny here with the backslide cover. 1, 2. The BFFs are the new MPWF World Tag Team Champions. Yeah. And now here we are, the winners, and they cannot believe it. And look at the elation and celebration here. Sally and Fanny are the tag team champions.
So happy.
A huge moment, folks, and ladies and gentlemen, this is all we have time for you here. What do we always say at the end of the show, Sierra? Honestly, this is the hardest the women's tag team division has ever been here in the MPWF. We got a lot of teams vying for the championships. And what about the turnaround here for this team of Fear and Violence, of Pandora and new Hall of Fame inductee Sasha Fierce? They were booed on Annihilation, but listen to this place here in Tokyo. Since coming to MPWF War, the fans have gone, we want Fear and Violence to win the championships. They were on the verge of winning titles until being taken out by the Blackhearts, who've certainly made an impact here in the MPWF. You saw it, how they got involved in their matchup, how they got involved in the women's tag team matchup, which cost Strikeforce the women's tag team titles, allowing the BFFs to become the new women's tag team champions. But here tonight, Fear and Violence is going to put the Blackhearts behind them, and they're going to focus on leaving here as the women's World Tag Team Champions. Sasha Fierce looking to be a 2-time champion. Pandora looking to win the title for the first time in her career. Again, they blow the roof off this joint if they were to walk out of here tonight with that tag team gold. Look at how fired up Pandora is. She knows how big of a matchup this is. But this is going to be the first time that we see this team competing here on MPWF War. Now here are the World Tag Team Champions, Psycho Sally and the super fan, Melee Fanny Fan here, as we call her Fanny, on MPWF Super Slam Showdown, commentated with me and Sierra. It is a kid-friendly show, folks. So if you've got young children, you've got younger brothers, sisters, younger cousins, this is the show for them. It is a lot different to the regular MPWF show. But history was made in the MPWF when they became the tag team champions on episode 6 of Super Slam Showdown. So if you haven't checked it out, you can go to our YouTube channel and check it out once this matchup is done. But they are going to have to pull double duty on not just the Super Slam Showdown, but right here on MPWF War. And this is their first title defense as the women's tag team champions. Part of our Superstar Initiative, these two have been extremely successful on Super Slam Showdown, and now making their debut here on MPWF War. We saw them in the Royal Rumble matchup, and you're going to have quite a few of the MPWF fans write off Sally and Fanny, which I wouldn't do, and they're going to look to prove that you shouldn't. I mean, they got a Bruno Mars song playing here in the background, so, you know, they're risking fate here with YouTube. The crowd firmly, I would say firmly on the side of fear and violence, certainly showing respect to the BFFs, but firmly on the side of fear and violence here tonight. And here we go, folks. Tag Team Championships on the line. The only title matchup here tonight on MPWF War episode 24. And Pandora and Sally to kick things off here with this tag team championship action. And oh, what a headbutt there by Pandora right off the bat. Pandora is not messing around at all tonight. We talked about it. She is now with a Hall of Famer as a tag team partner. The experience that Pandora has picked up from Sasha Fierce has been incredible. Her game has upped so much here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Pandora competed for the Women's World title at SummerSlam, but has come so far since then. As now, Irish whip there by Sally. And oh, wait a minute. Pandora hanging on here, and a drop kick there, taking out the knee of Sally. I know it went for the flying kick there, but Sally moving out the way. And now we're on with the waist lock. Sally sends Pandora into Fanny, her tag team partner, and now in comes the tag. I wonder how Strikeforce feels about this. Strikeforce was on the verge of winning that tag team title matchup with Super Slam Showdown. And there is the double team offense of the BFFs, the best friends, or the best fun friends for Super Slam Showdown, folks. Well, best friends forever. You know, take it the way you see, have it the way you want it. But Pandora moving out the way. Right hand there to Fanny. Round with the waist lock. And now inverted. Oh no, look at these vicious knees. And an inverted net drop there by Pandora. Pandora is she plays with dolls, but not in the way that Fanny and Sally would. She about all that pain and acupuncture and whatnot, folks. Again, you can take that the way you see, have it the way you want it. But now the double team by fear and violence. And now, nice double stomp there by Sasha Fierce. And once again, Sasha Fierce, a part of the MPWF Hall of Fame, along with Yoshiharu Atari. It is well deserved. And I cannot wait for their ceremony and induction at WrestleMania. And a snap suplex there by Sasha Fierce. with a fist right into the face of Fanny, but a kick out. Now Fanny and Sally are going to have to weather the storm here against Sasha Fierce and Pandora. Now beautiful! Catching Sasha Fierce with that standing shooting star press. Sorry, a Spanish fly there, folks. Sasha Fierce's husband is the proprietor of the SSP. Lethal Mathematics and a moonsault catching Sasha Fierce. And the BFFs proving their worth here tonight. Sasha Fierce kicking out. Referee may have taken a little too long to get down for that cover. A little too long for Psycho Sally's liking. She now sends Sasha Fierce into the buckle. And went for the drop kick with a lot of speed. But Sasha Fierce saw it coming and a back fist takes her down. Sends Sally into the buckle. Makes the tag back into Pandora. Pandora waiting, and now look at that. Sally going spine first into Pandora's knees. Nice arm drag takedown there by Pandora. The challengers for the World Tag Team titles, and a snap suplex there to Sally. Now Pandora here going to go for a submission hold, and now look at this. Sally in a ton of pain, being twisted all kinds of ways. And now look at Sally though, fights back with the elbows to Pandora. You know, if I was Bryan Adams, I might be looking at bringing Sally and Fanny full time to MPWF War. They've certainly been impressive here tonight, but that right hand by Pandora was big. Now Pandora sends Sally into the ropes. And oh, another headbutt dropping Sally. And this one, Sally is down and out, and this may be it. New tag team champions. I know a kick out there by Sally again. So what a time it is here in the MPWF, and what a time it isn't in the real world, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we are talking about video games here at some point. Usually I save this for MPWF Underground, but how crazy is the prices for the PS5, the Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch prices coming up in a twist of fate there by Sasha Fierce. Remember, comment in the comment section below. Let's talk about it, folks. Let's be about it, because it's getting nuts. I can't afford all this stuff here anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to need WrestleMania to do some big numbers here on YouTube to get that payment in. And now, oh, Alabama slam there by Sasha Fierce to Psycho Sally. And Sally desperately needs to make the tag. Sasha makes a tag to Pandora. It's given Sally enough time, and in comes Fanny, the reigning and defending Women's World Tag Team Champion, dropping Pandora down. And now Sally here. Oh, wait, rolls through a double foot stomp there by Fanny. No, wait, Fanny in the wrong part of town and gets dropped by that right hand, but sees the drop kick coming, and once again rolls through double foot stomp there by Fanny. We have seen Fanny in the My Rise series make a name for herself, and now a champion here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And now she has Pandora with a slam there. But if I was Fanny, I would get Pandora away from the corner of fear and violence. They are both very crafty. And now wait, nice German suplex there. Fanny with the cover on the bridge. And again, the referee taking a little too long to get down to the count. It's almost as if these women are moving too quick for the referee. And now wait a minute, nice DDT there by Fanny, dropping Pandora down. And Fanny deciding that could be it. Off that tornado DDT, 2 and oh. I'm not sure what happened first, the chicken or the egg. Sasha Fierce breaking up the pin, or Pandora kicking out, but Fanny knocked Sasha Fierce to the floor. And I went for a big right hand. Pandora saw it coming. And now wait a minute here. Pandora with the trap arm. Michinoku driver. Oh my lord, what a move. And that could be it. New tag team champions, and no. Pandora striking big here tonight. Now going to the top rope. Fanny is down and out after that Michinoku driver. And oh, a double foot stomp to the spine. And that could be it. With the striking power of Pandora, and Fanny just gets the shoulder up. And the BFFs are not going to give up the tag team titles that easy. And now, oh, splash off the second rope there by Pandora. And now, wait a minute, Fanny though with the jawbreaker. And now Fanny here. Irish whip sends it to Sally. And now hang on a minute here. The BFFs now with a double team suplex, and that could be it. Beautiful move by the BFFs to retain the tag team titles. And Pandora gets the shoulder up. And Sally now is thinking, what do we got to do to stop fear and violence? We want to go back to Super Slam Showdown with these tag team titles. How are you going to explain to the kids if they won the tag team titles in Super Slam Showdown and they show up and they don't got them no more? Pandora is saying, F them kids, man. She don't care about that at all. She's saying fear and violence is going to take these belts. It's the Hall of Famer Sasha Fierce now. Going to go to the top rope looking for the moonsault or the swanton bomb. And oh wait, she wants the moonsault here, and there it is. Moonsault up the top rope. Oh wait a minute. Wait, she got to the outside of the ring because Shotzi's there. And oh no. The Blackhearts once again causing the interference and caused the disqualification in this matchup. Shotzi trying to throw that hockey stick into the damn crowd here. And oh, a DDT right on the skull there to Sasha Fierce. And now look here on the other side. There's Dakota Kai and Pandora now being taken out. And the Blackhearts continuing to send a message to this women's tag team division. They are not going to be happy until it is them walking away with the women's tag team championships. That person in the crowd there was trying one more time. You're sick, bro. And now look at this. The Blackhearts sending another message, interrupting another matchup. And again, Brian Adams has been dealing with scum. It might be time to start dealing with the Blackhearts because this is getting too far. This is going too far here. This was a great matchup, ruined by these two. Oh, wait a minute. There's Strike Force, Ashanti Capoeira, and Bahara Kadia with trash can lids. And they are dealing with the Blackhearts. And Strike Force would still be the tag team champions if it wasn't for the Blackhearts. And they're getting their retribution here on War. Bahara Kadia is so cool, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not crossing. She's so cool. They have taken out the Blackhearts, and hang on a minute. Strike Force going straight to the ring here to confront the women's tag team champions, the BFFs. Bahara says, congratulations to the both of you for winning the tag team titles from us, but we need you to both understand that you're on borrowed time. The Blackhearts and Fear and Violence are denying the inevitable, and that is Strike Force being tag team champions once again. And it's very possible if the Strike Force can get a one-on-one matchup with the BFFs. Fanny says, we may be new to MPWF War, but we aren't pushovers. Me and Sally will be ready for whatever you two, the Blackhearts and Fear and Violence, have to throw at us. Because unlike you two, we are the MPWF World Tag Team Champions. Well, that was a low blow there by Fanny. And she is showing that she can speak with the best of them. And regardless of what you say, the BFFs are the current World Tag Team Champions. Well, folks. This situation between these four teams is going to have to get resolved soon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. WrestleMania time. Take it away and see how the way you want it. But wait a minute. There are Fear and Violence with Brian Adams. They beeline to the general manager's office, and Sasha says, Brian, this is getting ridiculous. We've had the tag team titles in our grasp twice now, and twice the Blackhearts have cost us and attacked us. When are they going to be dealt with, and when are we getting our rightful tag team title match without interference? And again, it's great points here by Sasha Fierce. And Adam says, Sasha, I have a solution, especially because we need something big during your Hall of Fame weekend. You and Pandora will challenge Strike Force and the BFFs for the women's tag team titles on the WrestleMania buy-in show. The Blackhearts are unpredictable, but bring in viewers. So if they beat you two in a tag team hardcore match next episode, I'll add them to the title match. So hold the phone. It is going to be the Blackhearts versus Fear and Violence in a hardcore match. And Pandora says killing two birds with one stone. I like it. We're going to show the real Fear and Violence in that hardcore match next episode. So if the Blackhearts can defeat Fear and Violence in a hardcore match on episode 25, it will be a fatal four-way match on the Bryan Show for the Women's World Tag Team Championships. And now wait a minute, he says come in, and in comes Jet Goldman. And Jet says, yo, you asked to meet me in your office. And Bryan says, yes, I did. You impressed me and a lot of people at Destiny. I know Quam reached out to you, but I don't want to have a meeting. I want to put pen to paper. I want you to sign with MPWF War. I think you'll be a good fit here on this brand, and plus, red looks good on gold. Well, Bryan Adams saying he don't even want the meeting. He's going to put pen to paper for Jet Goldman. And Jet says you don't have to ask me twice. I've been waiting and working a long time to be on War. Believe me, Mr. Adams, I will not disappoint. So it is official. Jet Goldman, the Prince of Brooklyn, is a part of MPWF War. And he says, despite your brother's actions, I know that you come from good stock. Destiny was a taster of what this brand has to offer. You have to work twice as hard now as you ever have before to reach the top. Jet Goldman here, officially on this roster now. It's going to be a big time thing here for Jet Goldman, folks. And here we go. It is time for our next Money in the Bank qualifying matchup here on MPWF War. And there is the Tattooed Terminator, Kane Knight, introducing himself at Crossroads by spearing Angel Ortiz through a chamber pod. Kane Knight was impressive, but again, unable to get the job done. And Kane Knight, who won the very first core challenge in the MPWF years ago, has been wanting to get to that major moment. That major opportunity was in the main event of Crossroads, but will not be in the main event of WrestleMania going for the MPWF World title. And I think some of that frustration bled over to Tom Sawyer, because they did have a conversation before, where Kane Knight said to Tom Sawyer, deal with Aries, and Tom Sawyer didn't. And it's difficult. Aries is a freak of nature, as we saw on our last episode when Aries became the European champion. Kane Knight and Tom Sawyer were both targeted by Aries because the Generation of Scum have picked certain people that they want nothing to do with, and that was both Kane Knight and Tom Sawyer. But Kane Knight cannot be worried about that European title situation, as he's got to face this man right here. And you know he's going to get a massive ovation. Former heavyweight tag team champion in Fight Japan Pro Wrestling, MPWF legend, Tendencies. He is the reason why Kibo is no longer here. Oh, happy days. Folks, Tendencies got me grinning like his sister act once again, because he took out Tendencies and he threw him through that spotlight. Tendencies has the opportunity now to be in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup at WrestleMania. The first ever Money in the Bank ladder matchup we had on YouTube was at WrestleMania 1. And guess who won it? Tendencies won the briefcase. If he wins tonight, can he reenact it? You know, there were some fans that were upset, even commenting, telling the fans that Tendencies needs to win the fan poll vote to challenge for the North American title. He came in a close second place to Lethal Mathematics. Tendencies' wife still recovering from that assault from Kivo a couple episodes back. But with Kivo no longer on his mind, he has the opportunity to be in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. And again, not being in the North American title matchup is obviously something Tendencies wanted, but the opportunity, the lottery ticket you could get if you could win the briefcase would be huge. Now again, Tendencies failed to cash in all those years ago. He could rectify it at WrestleMania. Now look, Tennessee's showing his power here against Kane Knight. And oh, what a kick to the skull there by Knight. And Tennessee's getting to his feet, and now front face bulldog here. And now Tennessee's here with a deadlift and a sit-out powerbomb to Kane Knight. And this is going to be a hard-hitting match between these two men. Both of them former hardcore champions here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Both men will never walk away from a good fight. Big dudes going to war here tonight. A nice overhead backdrop there by Tennessee's, and a kick to the spine of Kane Knight. And now cooking the leg here on Knight. And a kick out, not even getting a 1 count. And I think Tennessee's knew that, but wants to apply that pressure early to Kane Knight. Like I said, Kane Knight has been moving different since going to MPWF War. And Tennessee's wants to stop that momentum as fast as he can. And Tennessee's now with a drop kick out the corner. But Tennessee's was one of the most popular acts in the old MPWF, and he is working his way back up there as well. Like I said, there was people genuinely upset that the MPWF fans did not vote Tennessee's in for that North American title. A nice spinning suplex there. But all good things comes to those who wait. For those MPWF fans that wanted Tennessee to become the North American champion, he could become the holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase. We already saw that Zeus has qualified. Annihilation will have 3 Money in the Bank qualifying matchups on it as well. As now Tennessee's with a clothesline takes both men to the outside of the ring. Tennessee's with home field advantage. Again, born and raised in the United States of America, but spent a lot of time when we were on our hiatus in Japan to Tennessee's. And now wait, Kane Knight though, with Tennessee's on his shoulders. And now, oh my word! And Kane Knight saying ain't gonna be no little Tennessee's in the future here in the MPWF. And now he's got Tennessee's back on his shoulders again. And a Death Valley driver there by Kane Knight. Huge move. And that's exactly what Kane Knight has to do here. He's got to stay on top of Tennessee's. Allow him to have no breathing space whatsoever. And a drop kick there and hit him right on the money. Did the Tattoo Terminator. And now here's that power again of Kane Knight to Tennessee's. And Tennessee's goes face first on the mat. But there's the athleticism as well as Kane Knight with the moonsault. With a kick out by Tennessee. So we still have Lamar Goldman and Tom Sawyer in the final Money in the Bank qualifying matchup here tonight. And now suplex and throws Tennessee's does Knight. Knight will not be afraid to punish his opponent here tonight. He is going to do whatever it takes to get to that matchup at WrestleMania. And I went for the spinning wheel kick. Kane Knight ducked under it. Tennessee's using the ropes. Tennessee's missed WrestleMania 11. Again, thanks to Kiva, ladies and gentlemen, that he wasn't there. With the cover 2 and kick out. Tennessee's wants to be competing here. And now, wait a minute. Has him all the way up, and what a slam there. And almost beheaded him in those ropes, did Kane Knight, the $1 Million Baby. And now with that neck crank. Kane Knight slowing down the pace, making it a lot more manageable for him here against Tennessee's, which is a smart move. Tennessee's coming with a world of momentum off that victory in the first ever death match, and it was vicious, folks. And now Knight off the second rope, but no, Tennessee's catches him. Tennessee's catches him, and Tennessee's disposes of him. Tennessee's throwing Kane Knight to the floor. And now on the top rope, Kane Knight in trouble. And now Tennessee's with a drop kick off the top to the floor. Tennessee's is moving crazy right now, folks. He's having that second wind in his career. You see it happen all the time as there's a Russian leg sweep into the barricade. Wrestlers, they hit that 40 years old age and they have a second wind. And we are seeing that here for Tennessees. And now Kane Knight face first there on the apron. So what it would mean for these men to compete for that opportunity at WrestleMania. And now kick to the midsection here. And now goes for that Impaler DDT. And he hit all of it. And K-Knight needs to figure out a way to survive here. And he kicks out. I thought K-Knight might use the ropes, but showing that he's still in this with a kick out. And Tennessee sends Knight into the ropes. K-Knight slipping beside him here. And now beautiful back suplex. And the crowd showing the appreciation for that move there by K-Knight. And now wait a minute. Knight has Tennessee's in a suplex. Tennessee's lands on his feet, but there's the backstabber. And that could be it right there. K-Knight to go to WrestleMania 2. And a kick out by Tennessee's. K-Knight believing that he was moments away from being in that Money in the Bank ladder match. And now once again has Tennessee's above his head, above his shoulders. And he's going to go for the moonsault here on Tennessee's. And he hits it. K-Knight ain't done yet. He wants that splash. We've seen him pick up Wynn's victory with this splash off the top rope, and he goes for it. And no, Tennessee's moves out the way. Oh, what a throat chop there by Tennessee's. A nice, headlock takeover and an elbow right to the arm. And now, wait a minute. Oh, K-Knight with a knee to the face. And now has Tennessee's up. Oh, Tennessee scoops behind him. And now Tennessee's there with a sidewalk slam. And he hit him hard there in the solar plexus. And that arm causing him some issues. A smart move there by Tennessee's. And now wait, there's a spear into the midsection. Spear into the solar plexus by Tennessee's. And Tennessee's has done it. He is qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. What a matchup that was, folks. Like I said to you, Tennessee's is on the second win to his career right now. Unbelievable matchup and an unbelievable win for Tennessee's. And again, there's no more Kivo. So does this mean that Tennessee's will have his moment and finally become the world's heavyweight champion? We saw it for Ricky Cash at WrestleMania 11. Look at this. Dumping K-Knight to the outside of the ring. And then climbing to the top rope. Drop kick. Look at this here. Wow. Impaler DDT. K-Knight didn't use the ropes. He kicked out on his own volition. And this right here, he went for the suplex. Tennessee's escapes it, but no, gets caught with the backstabber. Big time move there by K-Knight. Were they close near fall? K-Knight thought he was going to go to WrestleMania. But look at this sidewalk slam. Bam, right there. And you see the pain that K-Knight was in. Still suffering the effects of the Elimination Chamber. And the spear by Tennessee's. And the 1, 2, 3. And oh man. Can we see a miracle in Houston? Could Tennessee's become the Money in the Bank briefcase holder one more time? It would be huge, folks. And Harry Prince to catch up and get a few words from Tennessee's, who's been on a roll recently. He says, Tennessee's one incredible night Destiny was for you, as you have further continued that momentum here tonight by qualifying for the Money in the Bank ladder match. The crowd was certainly on your side here tonight, and getting second place in the North American title vote, you are beloved by the MPWF fans. You won the first Money in the Bank in MPWF history. Can you repeat it at WrestleMania 12? It was 2010 when Tennessee's won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Can he do it here in 2026? He says, Harry, it's been a roller coaster of emotions recently. Watching my wife recover after Kivo's attack, having to leave my kids to wrestle and earn a paycheck. I am truly grateful to everyone that voted for me to compete for the North American title. But losing out to Lethal hurt, and I thought I was done for this year's WrestleMania. But not yet. Tennessee's, it's not dead yet. And that's true, folks. Tennessee's is not dead yet. A lot of emotion coming from Tennessee. He says, the one thing that I have wanted in my professional career is the World Heavyweight Championship. And with Kivo gone, I am one step closer. You are right. I won the first Money in the Bank briefcase on YouTube, but I failed my cash-in. At WrestleMania 12, I've been given a second chance to rectify that. And mark my words, Harry, I will do everything in my power to win at WrestleMania 12 and everything to become World Heavyweight Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's up to Kivo. Sorry, up to Tennessee. Oh, Lord, forget that I said that. It's up to Tennessee. Can he do it? WrestleMania, live from Houston, Texas. It's gonna be big. Apparently everything's bigger in Texas. We gonna prove it. WrestleMania 12 coming to you soon on YouTube. And we know that Tendencies and Zeus are qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now look at this. We're backstage with Yamamoto Yoshino and Maximus Guerrero Jr. And Yamamoto says earlier tonight, Izanami talked about fighting spirit. Well, you are about to see the definition of that up next. Phoenix, you're making too many enemies. And this is Japan. We don't play like that at all. I don't care if the big idiot Aries is with you. Tonight, both of you getting KTFO'd. Yoshino is fired up, folks. Maximus says, Phoenix, you sacrificed your heritage for scum, and you tried to disgrace mine at Destiny. This mask is a symbol of my heart and passion towards Lucha Libre. You will pay for trying to discredit it. I am coming for your Cruiserweight title, but tonight I team with a man who honors heritage. Tonight, Yoshino and I are gonna kick your ass. Hell yes. Right there. You're gonna kick your ass, Ray. No mommy's way here tonight, folks. Yoshino and Maximus Guerrero Jr. going to war here. And oh, look at this. The world champion is in the building, but the question is, how is the neck of Chris Champ? And Michelle Meadows says, Chris, believe me, I understand how frustrated you are, but maybe you should rest tonight. You've got to watch your neck. We saw that brain buster on the top turnbuckle. And Chris Champ says, Michelle, I am the CAW World Heavyweight Champion. Now, there is no resting, and I'm going to head to the ring and call Ryan Sparks out. Well, oh my word. Chris Champ is going to be out here later tonight. Here we go, folks. Yamamoto Yoshino, right in the place that he was born, grew up in Osaka, Japan, where his father was born. There is so much lineage and history in the Yoshino family, and he is competing in front of his people here tonight on MPWF War, and he is fired up. Yoshino on our previous episode of MPWF War was moments away from becoming the Cruiserweight Champion, but thanks to Phoenix Oscuro and the ways of the Generation of Scum, that did not take place. Yoshino wants a shot back at that Cruiserweight Championship, and I think we are leading our way to a triple threat rules match for the Cruiserweight title of the world. We've seen the series that he had against Maximus Guerrero Jr., with Yoshino being victorious in that series. The momentum is on his side. Can the young dragon pick up the win for his team here tonight? I have long said that if Yoshino and Maximus Guerrero Jr. don't win the Cruiserweight title, they would be an incredible addition to the tag team division here on MPWF War. But Yoshino drinking in this ovation from the MPWF War fans. And how about the heartbreak for Maximus Guerrero Jr. at Destiny? Maximus Guerrero Jr. was on fire, was on a roll, was about to take the Cruiserweight title from Phoenix Oscuro. And then we saw one of the most dastardly things that you could do in professional wrestling, and that was to take the mask off of Maximus. He was unmasked, had to hide his face. Again, very important in the lineage of Lucha Libre. Maximus Guerrero Jr. saying tonight that Phoenix Oscuro has lost all honor. And I mean, he has. He is a part of the Generation of Scum. And they will do whatever it takes to succeed, to win championships. Well, Maximus again taking that deep breath in. Has had an incredible year so far here on MPWF War. Got a standing ovation a couple episodes back, much like Rhino Rick Jones did earlier tonight here. Like I said, the future is bright here in the MPWF. I've talked about it before. This is a transition period to the new top stars of a new generation, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is the new generation era. We're about to hear our ad together soon. You can feel the mood change in the building. And there they are, representing the Generation of Scum, strapped up with gold. The European champion, the son of the God of War, Apollo Aries, makes his way to the ring. The Cruiserweight champion of the world, multi-generational athlete from Mexico, Phoenix Oscuro. And they are looking to dominate here tonight in this matchup. And Phoenix looks confident with Aries on his side, and how could you not be? We saw Aries dominate in that European title matchup against Tom Sawyer. We also heard earlier tonight what Kane Knight said to Tom Sawyer about how it's his fault that Aries is the European champion, and quite frankly, I place blame on Brian Adams. Aries should not have gotten a European title matchup. I understand promoting an event, and they did. We promoted a European title matchup, and it was big. But now Aries is the European champion, and quite frankly, I don't know how anyone's going to take that title away. But here we go. Yoshino and Phoenix to start things off. Phoenix Oscuro, no stranger to Japan, competed here as well. And Yoshino now dropping the knees. Yoshino spending the majority of his time in the Major Japan Wrestling Federation, not as much in Fight Japan Core Wrestling. But this crowd knows and loves him, as there is a snap suplex there right off the bat. And Yoshino's got to rein the emotions in here tonight. He wants a piece of Phoenix, but he also wants to impress for his hometown audience. And he said that everybody getting KTFO tonight. That remains to be seen, as now Phoenix is up in that back suplex. And Maximus Guerrero Jr., what a move that was. A back suplex leg drop there by Maximus Guerrero Jr. And a 2-count kick out to kick off this matchup here, folks. Yet it's been a stellar night of MPWF War action on the road to WrestleMania. Nice tilt-a-whirl. Thought he was going to go for the backbreaker, but held on. And there's a leg drop. And like I said, Maximus has no love lost for Phoenix. We explained this situation in the entrance. And they're going to punish Phoenix Oscuro here. And Oscuro's best bet is to get Aries back into this matchup. Or into this match for the first time, I should say, folks. Now Colorobo tie up here. And now Yoshino throwing Phoenix into the buckle and a tag to Maximus Guerrero Jr. And now we've got more double team offense by this team. And Phoenix is getting destroyed right now, as there is the cover. And a kick out there by Phoenix. And now, oh, what a big knee drop here. I mean, Maximus Guerrero Jr., if you're watching the World Cup, is hoping that Mexico goes on to defeat England. I don't know. By the time this comes out, that matchup would be over. We'll see if they make the quarterfinals. But now, oh, knee strike there by Phoenix Oscuro, dropping Maximus Guerrero Jr. Currently, right now, the France and Paraguay game is on, as there is a reverse Hurricane Rana. And that was a bad move to happen to Maximus Guerrero Jr. here. And now comes Aries, the European champion of the world, an absolute powerhouse. And something I found interesting again at Destiny was Brian Adams saying, like, what's your deal here in the Generation of Scum? We know that you're the Hitman, is a massive slam there by Aries. You know, you're the big man in the group, but like, what's your MO? You know, we've seen Aries basically take out whoever Lamar James Jackson or Marcus Eagle has wanted to. I mean, he debuted by helping Lamar Goldman be his father at the Welcome to YouTube show. But obviously, he has his own aspirations as well as being the European champion. He was upset that he wasn't involved in further title situations involving the North American Championship at Destiny. So again, what is his MO? You know, it cannot just be to be the muscle. Everyone in this group wants to be the top. Everyone in this group wants to be the world champion. Phoenix Oscuro included, ladies and gentlemen. I know he's the cruiserweight champion of the world, and there's that negative stigma because he's the champion of under 205 pounds. But Phoenix Oscuro, pound for pound, is one of the best wrestlers in the entire MPWF. And at any point could move on and challenge for either one of the men's world championships. Just right now, there ain't nobody better than him at 205 pounds. And now, wait for the kick, and Guerrero able to move out the way. And now, nice there, Maximus Guerrero Jr. diving at him with a roll-up, and Oscuro with the reversal here. And now, another reversal here by Maximus Guerrero Jr. 2, and great wrestling there by Maximus and Phoenix. What a super kick. Phoenix tried to move out the way from that one. And now Maximus with the leg drop. And Maximus right now, whilst he has the opportunity, needs to make the tag here. And he does. And in comes Yoshino. And he's going in there with Aries. But Yoshino showing no fear here against the European champion. Yoshino will go band for band with Aries here tonight. He is feeling like Superman here in this matchup, is Yoshino. But Aries might bring him right back to reality with that one. You talk about getting KTFO'd. Lord have mercy. And a big clothesline there, right in the jaw to Yoshino. And I'm telling you right now, that is a dangerous man for the generation of scum. He has muscles in places that people don't even have places. And now he throws Maximus inside the ring. And he's going to beat down both of them. But Yoshino there with a knee strike. You see Yoshino with the rising sun colors here tonight. And now wait a minute. Look at Yoshino there with a knee strike to Aries. As he goes for the cover and a kick out at 1. It's going to take a lot to keep Aries down. We saw that from Tom Sawyer on our previous episode, but beautiful. Beautiful wheel kick by Yoshino. And he tags back in Maximus Guerrero Jr. And now, oh my lord, what a knee. And now Maximus could be looking for that frog splash. And Aries is down and he got him. The two of them are working so well here tonight with the frog splash. And oh my goodness, a 1 count. A 1 count. And now Maximus Guerrero, oh no, running right into the ropes. And now Aries is going to end this momentum just like that here in this matchup. Makes a tag back to Phoenix Oscuro. And now look at this double gut buster there to Maximus Guerrero Jr. And believe me, they had intention of breaking his ribs. And now Phoenix going for that sleeper hold with the head and arm that he likes to do. Look at Yoshino though. Not even going to give Maximus any time to tap out to that hold. And he gets hung up on the ropes for his trouble. Phoenix is antagonizing this crowd here in Japan tonight. Oh wait, Maximus catches it. Kick to the knee there. And now wait a minute, there's a T-bone suplex by Maximus Guerrero Jr. But with no Yoshino, he is forced to go for the cover. 2. And you see a bit of blood trickling down the eyes of Maximus Guerrero Jr. here tonight. And that makes a tag back to Yoshino. And again, these two are working like a well-oiled machine. And now what is Yoshino going to go for here? Big right hand to Phoenix. Yoshino now on the very top here. And he's going to go for a superplex. And he drives Phoenix spine first into the mat. And now Yoshino hooking that leg here. With the cover, 2, and Phoenix getting the shoulder up. And oh, wait a minute. Yoshino taking a cheap shot at Aries. But oh, nice reversal there by Phoenix. And again, the time it took for him to worry about that. Wait a minute. Oh, Tom Sawyer. Referee. Look at what's going on in the middle of the ring. And now Tom Sawyer here, listening to what Kane Knight said, and a jackknife powerbomb to Aries. Tom Sawyer is going to still compete later tonight in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. And now wait a minute. Oh, jawbreaker by Yamamoto. Yoshino, and there it is. KTFO. And a big win in Japan here for Yoshino and Maximus. Tom Sawyer made the difference here tonight. So even though Kane Knight lost here, his words may have been the motivation that Tom Sawyer needed. Because whilst the referee was focusing on the in-ring action with Yoshino and Phoenix, Tom Sawyer took out Aries. And then it was KTFO time. And the victory for Japan's own Yamamoto, Yoshino, and Maximus Guerrero Jr. here tonight. Well, again, folks, they're going to be heading to Roppongi tonight. Shinjuku celebration time here, folks. And I'm being told in my headset that it will be official for the WrestleMania buy-in show. Triple threat rules. Yoshino, Maximus Guerrero Jr., Phoenix Oscuro, and in fact, it's going to be a 3-way dance, elimination style, cruiserweight title matchup, folks. So you know that one is going to be insane to watch. Like I said, they have a lot of professional respect for each other. There's Yoshino and Maximus. But come the WrestleMania buy-in show, it is going to be all about that Cruiserweight Championship of the world. So what a night so far, folks. The action keeps rolling. And now wait a minute. As I made that announcement, both men looking at each other. Because again, as I said, even though they respect each other, it is going to be every man for himself at the WrestleMania buy-in show. Who is going to walk away the Cruiserweight Champion of the world? Maximus or Yamamoto? But Phoenix, who was knocked out right now, also may have something to say against that, folks. Now look at this, Meredith Grey with Aries. And he is fuming. He is hot right now. And she says, I cannot stop you physically and financially. You guys do not care. But you have cost Antonio Goldman the North American title at the Welcome YouTube show. Shane Carr and Cypher at the Royal Rumble. You got a European title match when you didn't deserve it. And I know you're about to interfere with the last Money in the Bank qualifying match. And I mentioned that there's still one to come, and you know that Aries is going to want to get himself some of Tom Sawyer. Aries is looking on. He's not saying a word. He's trying to keep his emotions in check here. And she says, if you get involved in tonight's match, I will strip you of the MPWF European title. And I think that Brian was on the right track. You are more than just the muscle, scum. You are the son of one of the greatest wrestlers in MPWF history. What would your father say if you willingly gave up the title? I think pride for you is more important than being scum. Well, again, there's a lot of questions that have to be answered here for the generation of scum. But Aries has now been made a non-factor in our final MPWF Money in the Bank qualifying matchup between Tom Sawyer and Lamar Goldman. Lamar James Jackson has left the building, of what I've been told as well. But right now it's time, folks, for the contract signing for the MPWF North American Championship. The MPWF fans voted. We had two groups, and you guys chose the matchup that will take place at WrestleMania. And forever, one of the top fan favorites of the MPWF, the man of tomorrow with the gadgets to win today, Lethal Mathematics, voted number 1 by the MPWF fans in Group A, will have a chance to compete for the North American Championship. Surprisingly, it's a title that Lethal Mathematics has never won before. Only introduced to the MPWF a couple years ago, Lethal Mathematics has not had the opportunity to compete for it one-on-one, and he will at WrestleMania. Again, heartbreak at Destiny, as the fans really thought that Lethal Mathematics and Ryan Sparks was going to walk away with the CW World Tag Team Championships. The only person that walked away was Ryan Sparks. But again, both men have their own situations heading into WrestleMania. We still have to hear from the new CW World Champion, Chris Champ. Said Lethal with the opportunity of a lifetime to go to an event where he has never been pinned before and become North American Champion. Hector Rodriguez still recovering. We are hoping that he will be back soon here in the MPWF. When it comes to this situation, you have to ask yourself against the Warbound Syndicate. You know that Lethal would have wanted another shot at them, but the fans have chosen. They want to see Lethal go singles once again. Oh, wait a minute. Greg James feeling brand new with that new theme music. Voted in by the MPWF fans in Group B, and I'm going to tell you right now, folks, that was a surprise to me. I don't know if it's a rib. I don't know if there's a lot of people that want to see real graps. I think the MPWF need to go more righteous. I was not expecting Greg James to be the man voted into this matchup, but the people have spoken. And Greg James, you see his new theme song by On Lap Dark Ages, is going to compete at WrestleMania against Lethal Mathematics for the North American Championship. And I know that this means everything to Greg James. So this is how stars were born. So I got to give kudos to the MPWF fans because they didn't go with a typical matchup. They're giving Greg James a shot here at WrestleMania. Here we go, contract signing time between the two men that will compete for the vacant North American title. And Brian Adams says, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your support so much for the MPWF. And tonight is the contract signing for the fans' choice match at WrestleMania 12. The MPWF fans have chosen the two men who will compete for the vacant North American title at WrestleMania. You have chosen Lethal Mathematics and Greg James. Gentlemen, the floor is yours. Lethal, say your piece first here tonight. And again, this is now the North American title being brought back. Scum not a part of it for the first time, thank goodness. Scum have desecrated this belt to the point it had to be vacated, but wait a minute. Greg James saying absolutely not. He says, I've been scratching and clawing for this moment for 5 long years. Lethal, do you think I give a damn about what you say or let you speak first? No, you're going to listen to me. Management has failed me. 5 years I've fought on metal and on underground with a few snippets of being on war. It took a vote from the MPWF fans to get into this match because they understand what real wrestling is about. Greg James is fired up, ladies and gentlemen. He says, so thank you for voting for me, but I don't need your help. I knew I would always get here. A one-on-one match for one of the top prizes, the North American title at WrestleMania. Lethal, I will beat you because I have to. While you sit and fail to win the tag team titles, play drama class with your boyfriends Ryan Sparks and Hector Rodriguez, I'm standing here a man on a mission, and that mission is to finally cement myself and my style on war. Well, those are some strong words there by Greg James, and quite frankly, I would not be going that aggressive with Lethal Mathematics. And Lethal says, I can see that this match means a lot to you, Greg, so I'm going to do my best not to bury you completely. I've had a rough couple of months. Yes, me and Ryan didn't part ways in the best manner at Destiny. And yes, Hector got injured, so we never had our rematch for the tag team titles. But to say that this match isn't important for me, it makes me think that you've lost your rabbit-ass mind. Oh, my word. Lethal is fired up. He says, when I was the World Heavyweight Champion, I went to a dark place. I turned my back on everyone I've ever cared about. I spent the last 4 years making up for my mistakes. But you, Greg, the people chose me once again. The people want to see the man of tomorrow, where the gadgets to win today become the MPWF North American Heavyweight Champion. Listen to Japan, folks. They are on this man's side. It may be a mismatch or it may be a miracle at WrestleMania. Lethal says, I don't forget anything. I will face Ryan later and me and Hector will get our lick back on the World-Bound Syndicate. But my opponent is you, a boring, bland, Detroit become human-ass vanilla midget. Oh my lord, but the people chose you and I have to respect that. And I have to respect that you give it your all at WrestleMania. But Greg, I've never been pinned at WrestleMania. And unfortunately for you, that's not going to change. Well, Lethal Mathematics said, I ain't gonna try to bury you, but the job is gonna be done. Detroit become human. Oh my lord. It's a great game, folks. But lord, Brian I says, boys, I think that's enough. We want to save the violence for WrestleMania. It's time to sign the contracts and then get prepared for one of the biggest North American title matches in MPWF history. Well, folks, it is going to be a battle. Lethal Mathematics and Greg James for the North American title at WrestleMania 12. And I tell you what, folks, there is a team that might not be happy. They wanted to finish off the Future Foundation, but Lethal Mathematics competing for the North American title. And here's Clayton Marshall saying, it seems, Lethal, that the MPWF fans have been taking pity on you. They have saved you from us. By putting Hector on the shelf, we have saved the Future Foundation from more failure. But that has left us with a problem. Who is next? And that's right, with the Future Foundation out, who are going to be the next challengers for the tag team titles? And Atonga says, what team wants to step up and fail to us? No two-man combination can take the CAW World Tag Team titles from the World-Bound Syndicate, because we ain't nothing to mess with. It's a question that has to be answered for one of the best teams we have ever seen in the MPWF. What will they be doing at WrestleMania? Who will step up against the World-Bound Syndicate? But here we are backstage again with Marcus Eagle and Sakura Furukawa. And Sakura says tonight has been a rough night for the boys, and now the Aries can't help Lamar, it's no longer fun. We should head to Roppongi Shinjuku and blow off some steam. I want to show you a new party trick. Ladies and gentlemen, again, put the disclaimer before the show. This is not a PG show, folks, and Marcus says, don't worry, we will. But I need to head to the ring and explain why I have prevented the Cypher from challenging me for the MPWF World title, and why I'm going to end his career at WrestleMania 12. Although we don't need to go to Roppongi, you can show me that trick right now. You know, I'm getting a little sick and tired of the Generation of Scum. There's no more need for them here in the MPWF, and she says, anything you want. You see what you've become and how you've taken charge. The MPWF World Heavyweight title looks perfect on you. And again, this is more of the shenanigans of the Generation of Scum of Sakura Furukawa and Marcus Eagle in particular. But we head to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, for our final Money in the Bank qualifying match here tonight. We know that Zeus has qualified for Money in the Bank. We know that Tendencies is qualified for Money in the Bank. And now, introducing Lamar Golden, representing the Generation of Scum. It was Marcus Eagle at WrestleMania 11, a member of Scum that won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Can they repeat that feat 2 WrestleManias in a row? You saw the confidence on Lamar. He's not concerned about Shane Carter. Lamar James Jackson, he's not concerned about, because he's not the world champion no more. The question is going to be is if Lamar can win this matchup, what title is he going to cash in on? The MPWF World title or the CAW World Heavyweight Championship? Because currently, Marcus has the MPWF World title. So that's something to think about as well. But that's a long road ahead, folks. He's got to get and qualify here tonight, as well as win this match at WrestleMania and bring down that briefcase first. but he seems like he has a complete plan of action. Everything is working in his favor. Well, this man making his way to the ring has already made a splash on tonight's episode of War. The modern-day warrior Tom Sawyer came out and prevented Aries and Phoenix from winning their tag team matchup at the words of Kane Knight. And now Aries has been banned from ringside, and Tom Sawyer is going to go one-on-one with Lamar Goldman. No interruption. Tom Sawyer is one of the most incredible young talents. Again, really started to make his name and his footing in the World Wrestling future after Lamar Goldman had left. Both of these men a product of our developmental system here on the main roster with a massive opportunity tonight. The former European champion Tom Sawyer would love to get that belt back, but WrestleMania and Money in the Bank is a huge opportunity for a young talent like this. It's actually Tom Sawyer's first time competing here in Japan. The Southern boy was a little overwhelmed coming over here, but he's going to have to shake them nerves here in this matchup tonight. They said there's a lot of Tom Sawyer fans here in the Major Japan Wrestling Federation. And here we go. Goldman versus Sawyer. And the bell has sounded. Again, two young guns, both men under the age of 30 years old. Incredible size, power, speed, athleticism. We call Lamar Goldman the next big thing here in the Major Japan Wrestling Federation, and Tom Sawyer the modern day warrior. They're trying to feel each other out in the early goings of this matchup. Lamar Goldman faced his brother at Destiny and defeated him. I might add, defeated him without cheating. Like we said, Lamar Goldman's psyche has been going back and forth. I don't think it is clear cut that Lamar Goldman wants to do everything that Lamar James Jackson wants him to do, including the fact that Lamar James Jackson wanted Goldman to take out his mother at Destiny, which was absolutely outrageous when you think about it, folks. And he wouldn't stoop that low. And Jackson is saying that because of these things, Lamar Goldman is holding himself back. He is not allowing himself to reach that next level of scum. We've talked about it at Destiny. Marcus Eagle running his father over with the vehicle. All the stuff he has done to retain the MPWF title. Cost the Cypher in those situations. That is why he is the MPWF World Champion right now. Phoenix Escuro cheats on an episodely basis, folks. Now wait a minute, Tom Sawyer here. Gonna throw him into the ropes. This is gonna be bad for Goldman, and he gets hung up in the ropes there. Right? And he's the Cruiserweight Champion. Aries attacks people whenever he wants, how he wants. European Champion. And Goldman right now without title opportunity. Lamar Goldman, though, got second place in that vote on Group B for the North American title. And now, what a slam there. So even that in itself, some of the MPWF fans believe that there is a way to the light for Lamar Goldman. But then you got to think about his actions with Shane Carter. Lamar Goldman attacking Shane Carter before the main event, throwing him through that table, injuring Shane Carter. And again, is that something Goldman wanted to do, or is that something Lamar James Jackson wanted to do? But right now he has Tom Sawyer, who is bleeding currently in this matchup, and he has him exactly where he wants him. See Tom Sawyer trying to fight back with everything he's got here. He is rocking, and oh, look at that, they're hanging him up in the ropes. Tom Sawyer will never, ever give up on you. You're going to have to knock him out like how Aries did last episode, or else Tom Sawyer ain't quitting. And Sawyer now up the top rope there with a double axe handle. And the crowd here enjoying that one. As Tom Sawyer looking for another big time move here. And now there's the Alabama slam there on Lamar Goldman. Hooking the leg here with the cover. And a kick out at one. Said Tom Sawyer is not used to being the smaller man in a match. 2 episodes in a row against these Generation of Scum members. He's a little smaller than Lamar Goldman, but he's got Goldman on the floor, and Sawyer's going to go high risk here with a dive all the way to the floor. And he takes out the member of Scum, Goldman, right here and now tonight. And not to mention the fact that Jet Goldman is officially a part of the MPWF War roster as well. Lamar Goldman, you know, even though he's a part of Scum, has to be happy about that for his little brother. You know, we saw a little bit of Jet Goldman understanding Scum. I would hate to see young Jet end up joining his brother in the generation of Scum, but you can take that the way you see it, the way you want it, as a back suplex there by Lamar Goldman, who is taking control of this matchup. And it's what I mentioned at Destiny's too as well with Lamar Goldman. Lamar Goldman has completely slowed the pace down in his matches. He is looking like a straight veteran in the wrestling ring. No wasted motion. You see, he's not panicking in certain situations. Tom Sawyer is fighting back with everything he's got here in this matchup. But Lamar Goldman is able to breathe, take control, and have him exactly where he wants him as he grabs him by the throat. And there's a choke slam by Lamar Goldman. With the cover here on Tom Sawyer, hooking that leg. 2. And a kick out there by the modern day warrior. But again, like I said, Lamar Goldman very poised here in this matchup. And that's something that you don't get until you've wrestled for like 8-10 years. Till you hit your 30s, and Lamar Goldman understands that already. It's why we've called him the next big thing. I've talked about it, how that Elimination Chamber matchup he had in the World Wrestling Future. You can go and find it on our YouTube channel. It was the coming out party for Lamar Goldman in that developmental league. For the first time, we saw exactly what Lamar Goldman was about, pinning Wayne Level to become the World Wrestling Future Champion. And it has been nothing but upwards trajectory since then. I said everything was going right with the MPWF fans, but that one night that the Black Sun sent Lamar Goldman to the hospital had him freaked out, and he has looked for backup ever since then. Now, part of that you have to imagine is that because Jet wasn't there, because when Jet was having his back, he was fine. You know, but to resort to the generation of Scum, I don't know about, as he's now going to go for the Goldstone pile driver, and this is it. Absolute domination here by Lamar Goldman. And this may be a mistake, though. Lamar Goldman is playing with his food right now. Tom Sawyer is finished, and Lamar Goldman ain't done with him. Lamar Goldman is going to send a message to everybody else in the Money in the Bank ladder matchup. And look at that right hand. And Tom Sawyer is not even fighting back here in this match. So taking out Aries was for now here for Tom Sawyer, as Lamar Goldman is all over him. And even the referee telling Goldman, you can end this one when you want to. Now a big knee to the back of the skull there of Tom Sawyer. And again, Lamar Goldman trying to show his viciousness, trying to prove to Lamar James Jackson that I am that guy. And if you ask me, Lamar James Jackson just didn't want to have to face Lamar Goldman. Lamar Goldman thinks this is a proving grounds, but wait a minute, what a desperation move there by Tom Sawyer. A military press gut buster out of nowhere and a leg drop. But if you ask me, Lamar James Jackson was trying to avoid facing Lamar Goldman because he didn't know how that one would go. He didn't know how that one was going to end. And now Tom Sawyer taking advantage of Lamar Goldman's arrogance here in this match. And folks, never play with your food. You got to eat your dinner on time. Don't be like Lamar Goldman here tonight. As Tom Sawyer now measuring him, and a clothesline sends Goldman all the way to the floor. Tom Sawyer looking to go high risk again. Bleeding, but not concerned by it as he dives over the top rope once again on Lamar Goldman. Tom Sawyer is going all or nothing right now. He was given a second chance in this matchup, and he ain't going to miss it as he has Goldman up for a powerbomb on the floor. What a vicious move there by Tom Sawyer. And like I said, this may have been the biggest mistake that Lamar Goldman could have made in this matchup. With the cover to Noah, near full kick out there. And unfortunately, Tom Sawyer could not qualify off that move. But there's a DDT to Lamar Goldman. And now Sawyer going straight for the cover again, wasting no time here. And a near full kick out by Lamar Goldman, and he was shaken by that powerbomb. And you see Lamar Goldman trying to figure out where he is, who he is, what he is. And wait a minute, look at these kicks. Again to the chest of Lamar Goldman. Like I said, the future is so bright. I mentioned it in an earlier match that this is the new generation era of the MPWF. A couple years from now, we're going to be sitting here talking about these big name draws, and this is how they got here. Talent like this, matches like this. As now, wait, Tom Sawyer has Goldman right on the top and throws him onto the back of his head. Like I said, this is the mistake that Goldman made, that Tom Sawyer isn't. Tom Sawyer with that killer instinct here tonight to try to go to WrestleMania 12 with the cover. 2. And a near full kick out again. Goldman, like I said, he's struggling to get to his feet now. He had this one won earlier, but now, what a right hand there by Lamar Goldman. And now right back with the throat again. And another choke slam to Tom Sawyer. And now here it comes. Goldstone elbow, and he is going to walk away from this one. Qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and there it is, right into the heart. Goldstone elbow with the cover. 2. And Tom Sawyer. We talked about fighting spirit here tonight. Tom Sawyer is showing it. And look at this. Goldman trying to intimidate the referee. You got to pin the man. Intimidation don't mean nothing. I know, wait a minute, 2 big boots to the face there by Tom Sawyer. Sawyer now with a collar elbow tie up, and he throws Goldman into the corner, and a hard landing for Lamar Goldman. What an amazing matchup this is here. As Tom Sawyer throws Goldman into the buckle again. And now look at that uppercut. 2nd uppercut, 3rd uppercut, 4th uppercut, 5th. Oh my word. He's trying to break this man's damn jaw. 6 uppercuts there. And wait, now going into the other buckle again. And now 7 uppercuts by Tom Sawyer. And he ain't done, off the ropes, and a drop kick there by the modern day Warrior. Now look, Goldman is out, folks. He just took 7, 8 straight uppercuts to the face. That's Tom Sawyer with a right hand. Knocks on Goldman loopy. And now he's got him up here in that Argentine backbreaker position. And what a move that is. And he holds on, and the gutbuster. Beautiful move there by Tom Sawyer. Bringing out new offense here tonight, and Goldman having to grab the ropes. I have not seen Tom Sawyer use that Argentine backbreaker combination. It was an incredible feat of strength there by the modern day Warrior. And now, nice downward spiral there for all my old school wrestling fans. So he now throws Goldman to the outside of the ring, and a hard landing for Lamar Goldman. And this one here is getting vicious, as now Goldman, 2 boots to the face of Tom Sawyer. And now big clothesline there by Lamar Goldman. The crowd not happy with that one. And Lamar Goldman now distracting the referee. What on earth is he distracting the referee for? Wait a minute. It's Kane Knight just hit Tom Sawyer with the shovel. And like I said, I know that Kane Knight is frustrated by what happened at Crossroads. But what is this all about? Kane Knight just destroyed Tom Sawyer with that shovel. Sawyer trying to get back in the ring here for this matchup, and a right hand there by Lamar Goldman. And now off the ropes, power slam there by Goldman, and Tom Sawyer is finished. Look at that shovel mark on Tom Sawyer's chest, ladies and gentlemen. And now, wait a minute, now look at this, the sleeper hold here by Lamar Goldman. Tom Sawyer getting taken out by that shovel, and he has been put to sleep by Lamar Goldman. What a horrible way to end that contest. We've discussed all night Kane Knight's frustrations about Crossroads, that out of character, yelling at Tom Sawyer earlier tonight, and now has just cost Tom Sawyer the Money in the Bank ladder match spot here tonight. And honestly, look, Lamar Goldman can count his lucky stars, because he did have this one won about 6 minutes ago, but by messing around with his food, Tom Sawyer was able to come back and almost won this matchup. said Sawyer showed great fighting spirit here tonight by kicking out of that elbow. And it has been a rough couple of episodes for the modern day warrior here on MPWF War. Look at this, 7 or 8 uppercuts to Lamar Goldman. And right here, here's the Argentine backbreaker, a move we have not seen Tom Sawyer used before, and again I thought he had it off of this, but Lamar Goldman able to use that ring awareness, that in-ring veteran IQ to grab the ropes here. Look at that. And this match ended in submission, but Tom Sawyer got hit with that shovel, and Lamar Goldman is now qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder matchup, meaning Tendencies, Zeus, and Lamar Goldman will represent MPWF War at WrestleMania 12 with Money in the Bank. Oh, wait a minute, folks. Lamar Goldman said that Shane Carter was focused on Jackson, but he's focused on him now. Oh no, that is bad. Oh my Lord. Shane Carter just tested his prostate there. Oh my goodness. Right on that cone. And Shane Carter is beating the man here tonight. Again, it is easily arguable that Shane Carter would have won the CW World Championship, or at least had a stronger shot, if Lamar Goldman did not attack him at Destiny. And Lamar Goldman was trying to make up for the fact that he disappointed Lamar James Jackson. And again, folks, all of your actions have consequences. I need you to understand this. You cannot do something and get away with it. Whether positive or negative, your actions have consequences. And Lamar Goldman picked Shane Carter to make Jackson happy, and now Shane Carter is picking Lamar Goldman to make him happy. And we saw this earlier tonight. That vertical leap suplex, and Shane Carter now gonna drive Goldman through the table. Oh my goodness. Shane Carter paying it back double to Lamar Goldman. Oh my gosh, Goldman has been destroyed here by the one. Shane Carter called Destiny, and it was stolen from him. Shane Carter never calls Destiny and fails, but thanks to Lamar Goldman, it happened at MPWF Destiny. How ironic is that? And oh wait a minute. Oh wait, Shane Carter, hang on a second. You might do more than just hurt him here. Shane Carter now with the pile driver on the floor. Oh my goodness. Shane Carter with the pile driver off the apron to the floor, and we're gonna need some medical attention here for Lamar Goldman. Oh my word. We are going to need some medical attention here for Lamar Goldman. Shane Carter got his payback and then some. Honestly, Shane Carter might have went a bit too far there, but emotions are so heightened during WrestleMania season, ladies and gentlemen. He destroyed Lamar Goldman here. Look at this suplex through the table. Right here is where it should have ended. Lamar Goldman gorilla press slam Shane Carter through that table at Destiny. This right here was the payback equivalent. The suplex up the top rope through the table. Well, that table almost went to the front row there. Lord have mercy. That right there, we could have been sued for that one. But here, Shane Carter took it to another level with the pile driver off the apron straight to the floor. And the one has dominated here. Now again, Lamar Goldman may end up back in that same damn hospital bed once again. So who is he going to blame this time? Because Scott was supposed to have his back, and he's going to be in a hospital bed one more time. but Shane Carter will meet Lamar James Jackson in a last man standing match at WrestleMania 12. The violence is going to be upped at that event, folks. Like I said, we need to get some medical attention here for Lamar Goldman as he is being taken out. So we still to come tonight, we have our main event, Lady Izanami versus Carmella Carmichael. But now as Lamar Goldman being helped out, this is not looking good. Lamar Goldman is not able to move his neck. We're going to keep you updated as this show goes on. Carmella Carmichael getting prepared for what I expect to be one of the most entertaining main events that we have had in a long time here on MPWF War. And there is the hometown hero, Lady Izanami, in full gear, fully ready for this matchup. And Lamar Goldman, I'm being told, is being taken straight to the ambulance. He is in rough shape after that attack by Shane Carter. And Jet Goldman is with him as we speak right now. But wait a minute. There he is. The brand new CAW World Champion. And now, officially, Chris World Champ. He said that he would do it, and he did. Chris Champ said he would win the Royal Rumble. And it happened, even though he entered at number 2. Chris Champ said that he was going to go to Destiny. People said it was crazy. Have your match at WrestleMania. Why would you put your opportunity for winning the Royal Rumble on the line at Destiny? And Chris Champ says, because I'm going to be the champ. And look at what we're seeing right here tonight. He is walking out World's Heavyweight Champion. Folks, what a moment this is for Chris World Champ. I'm going to fade out here and let you hear the reaction for the new CAW World Heavyweight Champion. Talk about this the elephant in the room though. Ryan Sparks sent a message to Chris Champ, brain bustering him on the top turnbuckle, and I know we're gonna get to that. But Chris Champ gonna have a celebration party here in Tokyo as the new world champion. You can hear this crowd showing appreciation to Chris World Champ. He says, before I get ready to rip Ryan Sparks' damn head off, let me say that Destiny was fulfilled. No longer am I Chris Champ. I am now Chris World Champ. And that is right. Destiny has been fulfilled. The most fitting name to a clip-per-view we've ever had here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Champ says, a dream come true this is. But a dream I always knew was going to come true. I worked too damn hard to get here. I had my first shot at the World Championship at Bad Blood 2021. It took me 5 years to win the World Championship, and it was worth it. But ever since the Royal Rumble, my legitimacy has been questioned. Some people seem to think that it was a fluke. Well, again, I don't know how you could think it was a fluke at this point. Entering at number 2 in the Royal Rumble matchup and winning. And then competing against Shane Carter and Lamar James Jackson and winning the title. He said, I ended the Royal Rumble match at number 2 and fought all the way to the end to win. But because Ryan Sparks fought in Hell in a Cell, somehow that delegitimizes my win. No, it didn't, because I did what no man would do. I showed balls of steel and put my WrestleMania title opportunity on the line against Shane Carter and Lamar James Jackson and worked out the CAW World Heavyweight Champion. And that, my friends, he did. He is standing here in clear as day 4K with that World Championship. 2160p as the champion. He says, then Ryan Sparks attacked me from behind and dropped me on my neck. Something he didn't do to his most hated rival, Jamie Emo. At Destiny, Ryan made it clear that his main focus is the World Heavyweight title. Ryan, I'm not going to make it difficult for you. When I gamble, I win. How about you finish what you started at Destiny? Face me for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. Now, again, there's been half the MPWF audience, half the people in the back, who believe that if Ryan Sparks didn't fight Jamie Emo, he would have won the Rumble. And Chris Champ was saying, let's put that to the test for the world title at WrestleMania 12. And hold on a second here, what is this? Oh, it's Tony Sparks and Ryan from the back of the arena. And Tony says, firstly, congratulations on winning the CAW World Heavyweight title. I'm sure the celebration was going to be great until my brother here dropped you on your neck. You see, Chris, of course Ryan accepts the world title match at WrestleMania. It should be his title to begin with. Ryan is the only unpinned wrestler to click review in the entire year. He is the hero the fans need, not the one they want, and that is okay. Well, big brother Tony's going to play cheerleader all the time here, folks. And this is exactly what Tony Sparks wanted. But apparently this is exactly what Ryan Sparks wanted as well. Chris Champ says, Tony, shut up. Nobody asked you. Ryan, enough BS. You don't need your idiot brother to speak for you. I've laid down the challenge. Why don't you come out here and accept it? Well, Chris Champ will scrap right now. We might even get a title match here, folks. I wouldn't put it past Chris Champ. And Ryan says, Chris, do you think this is fair? Do you think I'm afraid of you? I am just getting what I deserve. I almost lost sight, and my brother showed me the way. I have been owed a one-on-one world title match since SummerSlam, and I have been given it. Have I been given it? No. I main evented WrestleMania 9 and 10, and carried Jamie Emo at WrestleMania 11. I am Mr. WrestleMania here in the MPWF. That is a bold claim by Ryan Sparks, but it is hard to argue. Main eventing WrestleMania 9 and 10 and facing Jamie Emo 11 is certainly a feat most people haven't done. And he says, contrary to popular belief, I love my boys Hector and Lethal, but they want to coast for the rest of their careers. Well, not me. This entire return in the MPWF was built on the strength of my back. I beat Ivan Volkov, Angel Ortiz, Lethal, Eagle, Jamie Emo, you name it. And I'll be damned if I have to watch the guy that won the Royal Rumble match while I was half dead be the World Heavyweight Champion. And unfortunately, folks, Ryan Sparks is spitting straight facts here. That is a crazy list of people he has defeated here in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And even Chris Champ might have to acknowledge that. That is a crazy list of a who's who he's beaten. And he says, I am the best talent in the MPWF bar none. Forget slogans, forget catchphrases. I am the man, and it's about time I'm crowned it. Chris, you're in over your head. I dropped you on your head and you gave me what I want. You were young and inexperienced like I was at WrestleMania 9. I lost that night, and you're going to feel the exact same way. You gambled, and you're about to lose big. Protect your neck. I'm coming for my crown. Well, Ryan Sparks is saying that Chris Champ and him are in the same position that Ryan was at WrestleMania 9. Ryan, with his first world title opportunity at a WrestleMania, lost to Lethal Mathematics. Learned from that mistakes, but Ryan is saying that Chris Champ is in the same position. Could Chris Champ have gambled too far and lose his world title at WrestleMania 12, folks? It is going to be interesting to see, but right now, as you can see, We're going through some of the matches at WrestleMania 12. CW World Heavyweight title on the line. Brian Sparks challenges Chris World Champ, as well as last man standing, Shane Carter versus Lamar James Jackson. What a battle that is going to be. The North American Championship will be on the line. Greg James versus Lethal Mathematics, and this one has already started to get personal. And how about this? The MPWF World title will be on the line. The Cypher will battle Marcus Eagle. It is going to be huge. So far, these are all the matches announced. Oh, as well as, how could I forget, ladies and gentlemen, the CW Women's World title match, Carmella Carmichael versus Carmen V. Carmichael. This is all from the War brand. What a night WrestleMania 12 is going to be. It is going to be must watch, must see. But we're getting ready right now, folks, because it is main event time here in Tokyo, Japan. And you see the Women's World Champion, Carmen V. Carmichael, with a 1% Montana Carmen seed, preparing to watch her sister battle Lady Izanami. Again, this is going to be an incredible matchup. Let us discuss what this matchup means here, folks. This is not about winning a championship here. This is about pride. Lady Izanami said it herself that she is about fighting spirit. She is about the honor of pro wrestling. Since coming to the MPWF, all these Americans have been cheating like crazy, have been doing their best to keep her away from the championship. And the one woman she thought that was above that was Carmella Carmichael. Now, on the flip side, the MPWF is a lawless territory. And sometimes to survive in a lawless territory, you got to get lawless yourself. Carmella realized that. She tried to be the bigger person against her sister. We've seen it. The ruse of being Lazora Azul was incredible. The people didn't see it coming. Carmen certainly didn't see it coming. And now Carmella is going, I need to face my sister at WrestleMania. And unfortunately, Izanami, you cannot be the champion. This right here would have been the world title matchup at WrestleMania if Carmella didn't get involved. And again, that in itself irks Lady Izanami. Now I'll tell you this though. Lady Izanami and Carmella Carmichael have fought before, and Lady Izanami has been victorious on both occasions. The first time was a victory for Lady Izanami. The second time, Carmen V. Carmichael cost her sister that match. So here we are with a third time that these two women are fighting each other. And like I said, it is very odd to hear the crowd booing Carmella Carmichael, and that is honestly only because we're in Tokyo, Japan. When we head back over to the United States with our next episode, that ain't going to take place at all, folks. They're going to be cheering like crazy for the Renegade. But Carmella said that tonight, there's no shenanigans. She said that she is going to wrestle this one straight. Out of respect for Izanami, because she says she respects her. She apologizes that Izanami had to get in the middle of this situation. So Ingrid is still on the shelf after being powerbombed off the stage. You saw the damage on Montana Carmichael. It was an incredible situation at Destiny. Now, in this one is going to be interesting. Lady Izanami certainly has the wrestling ability and speed over Carmella Carmichael, but Carmella Carmichael has the tenacity and has the power in the situation, and Carmella has improved so much in the ring. The other caveat to the situation, will Carmen get involved at any point? She's watching from the back, but Carmen looked shocked at her sister at Destiny, because she never expected her sister to go to these depths to stop her. It's almost to the degree that Carmen now feels that Carmella is playing mind games with her, but, you know, we'll discuss that psychology later as we get ready for our main event of an incredible episode of MPWF War from Tokyo, Japan. And these two women are about to steal the show here, folks. I'm going to tell you that right now. We'll be in London, England for Annihilation. We're going to be in Berlin, Germany for MPWF Underground, and Marseille, France for Super Slam Showdown. So we are international. We're getting our frequent flyer miles here in the MPWF. And And we're definitely going to see some chain wrestling here in the beginning, and these two women are going to feel each other out in the beginning of this matchup. That snapmare takeover there by Lady Izanami with that chin lock. She's pulling extra tight on Carmella Carmichael. Now look at that, they're wrenching hard, and Carmella Carmichael needs to escape immediately. She has spent too long in that chin lock for the early going of this contest. Nice reversal there into the hammerlock by the challenger for the Women's World title at WrestleMania 12, the winner of the Royal Rumble match in 2026. She now wrenches that arm of Lady Izanami. Izanami was the world champion going into the Royal Rumble. The last time we had it in 2024, nice fireman carry reversal there to the arm twist. And now she's got that arm bar, and you see where she's placing her hand on that shoulder, switching to the hammerlock here, folks. And this is as scientific of a wrestling match as it gets. Nice reversal, switching to the side headlock there by Carmella Carmichael. And now pushing her off the ropes goes Lady Izanami, ducking behind in a German suplex. And this is exactly what these people paid to see here tonight. Oh, a big right hand there by Lady Izanami. And Izanami saying, I'm done with the wrestling here. And gives a straight kick to Carmella Carmichael. Now again, Izanami's going to bring the offense quick and fast here in this matchup. Carmella's job is to withstand it. Carmella needs to get to round 4 here in this fight before she can really start to apply the pressure to Lady Izanami. Now, oh, Carmella there, grabbing Izanami by the hair and slamming it to the ground. And not to mention for Carmella Carmichael, as I said before, she hasn't beaten Lady Izanami. So this matchup here for Carmella is huge, because this is right before her world title matchup. And if she can beat a woman that she struggled to beat, it would be great for her psyche. As you saw the drop toe hold into a single leg Boston Crab. A nice leg trip there by Lady Izanami. They are taking this wrestling match very seriously, as there is the octopus stretch there by Izanami. Oh wait, nice break to the drop toe hold goes Carmella Carmichael. And again, I don't think Carmella was expecting the octopus here tonight. Oh, what a shote. What a shote. And that one knocked Carmella loopy. And now Izanami. You know, those strikes right to that lower back of Carmella Carmichael. And again, Izanami can get evil. We have seen it. And honestly, I think for Izanami, it's time to get evil. What are we doing here? Like I said, as the MPWF gets more and more treacherous with people like Scum, and a nice reversal there by Carmella, you need to step your game up. Because Izanami should be in this world title situation. There's no doubt about it. And oh, look at that. Working at that back there goes Carmella. And now look at this here. The surfboard stretch here on Lady Izanami. And Izanami with the reversal with the cover and a kick out here by Carmella. And now Izanami, look at that, beautiful with the one leg there. Usually see that variation with 2 legs for the cover. But Izanami bringing in that unique offense, and now jawbreaker there by Carmella. Now, isn't this nice, folks? No shenanigans, straight wrestling. We don't get this very often in the MPWF. I'm loving it as a clothesline sends Izanami all the way to the floor. Now, wait a minute. Carmella going for the dive here as she used the super kick for energy before she dove on her opponent. And the Renegade getting some cheers here. And like I said, the crowd here in Tokyo ain't happy about her screwing over Izanami. But they respect the talent that is Carmella Carmichael, the Renegade. As she goes to the top rope, Izanami is in trouble. And we could be seeing some crazy offense. And she goes for the somersault drop kick. But Izanami moved out the way. And that was a hard landing and straight to the German suplex on the back of the head and neck. Oh, God, what a knee. And Carmella is against the ropes. What a vicious knee by Izanami. She said, you want strong style. I'll give it to you in big supply here tonight. And oh, look at that. I think she broke the nose of Carmella Carmichael. Welcome to Japan. And now Izanami whips her off the ropes here. And now, oh, knee to the gut and a kick to the back of the head. And this is exactly what I mentioned before. Izanami is going to bring that offense extremely hard in the early going of this matchup. And it's now down to Carmella Carmichael to weather the storm here. She sends her into the buckle. Now look at that kick. And a second kick to the midsection. And now these Muay Thai leg kicks. And now wait a minute here. A full Nelson bomb. And oh wait a minute. Straight to the cover. Nice there by Izanami with the roll-up cover. And Carmella was expecting a cover from the half Nelson, but it didn't come. Izanami again changing just a slight bit of her offense in this matchup. And now right back to those martial arts kicks again here. And oh my goodness gracious me. What a kick there by Izanami. And Izanami has a PhD with her right foot and a master's in doctorate with the left one. And oh wait a minute, Carmella able to escape there. And she still kind of doesn't know where she is. But wait a minute. Oh, nice backbreaker there by Carmella and a clothesline. And that clothesline sent her all the way to the ground. But Carmella weathering the storm here. This is exactly what Carmella wants in a wrestling match. And now snapmare there to Izanami. Roll through. Oh, Jesus. A boot to the face there. Izanami going for the cover. Sorry, Carmella going for the cover here. And quite frankly, that kick still wasn't as dirty as those Paraguay team in the World Cup. That game against France was insane. Paraguay was cheating like no man's business. But I digress. Carmella Carmichael on the top rope. Izanami getting to her feet. And now there's the somersault drop kick to the face of Izanami. And now Carmella hooking the leg here with the cover, and Izanami gets the shoulder up. And you can hear the shift in this crowd. The crowd was 100% on Izanami's side, but they're growing to respect the fact that Carmella is withstanding this offense, but she misses the dive. Izanami with the right hand. And around with the waist lock again here. Oh my gosh. Threw up for that back suplex and decided to kick her spine out of her back. And now wait a minute. Carmella though catches the boot. And Carmella now, wait a minute. Going for the Renegade here on Izanami. And there it is. Out of nowhere, the Renegade 2. Izanami gets the shoulder up. Only in Japan does Izanami kick out of that. And now wait a minute. Now look at that, Carmella with some payback there, with some just desserts for Izanami with that knee to the face, and her nose is bleeding like crazy. And now Carmella throwing her into the buckle. And now hold the phone. Carmella has got Izanami on the top rope. As she is going to the very top, folks. And this is going to be a big superplex. And now Carmella not wasting any time here, going straight for the cover. 2. And you hear the appreciation by this crowd in Tokyo. And Carmella is thinking, I have to make sure I can keep her to stay down. But what a reversal into the fireman carry there by Izanami. And Izanami with the right hand. Now round with the waist lock again. And another back suplex with a kick. And you see the elevation she got with that spin. And oh, there's an elbow to the lower back. And Izanami, like a surgeon, has found the weak spot of Carmella Carmichael here in this main event. And a kick to the midsection. And oh, wait a minute. She could be going for the Stormbreaker right here on Carmella Carmichael. And there it is. Stormbreaker. And that is going to be it. 2. And oh my goodness, Carmella Carmichael's foot touched the rope. I don't know if she got out in time with the shoulder. But Izanami needed to drag her away from the ropes. And now look at this. Izanami's going to make sure that Carmella can't grab the ropes ever again there as she tries to hyperextend the elbow. And now what happens though? If Izanami can beat Carmella here tonight, is she next in line for the Women's World Championship? As wait a minute, clothesline there by Carmella, and no, Izanami shuts her down here. And this is a clinic we're watching from Lady Izanami and a crossbody to the floor. Izanami one of the most dangerous women's wrestlers, and on any given night is practically unbeatable here on MPWF War, and especially in Tokyo. She is showing that here. And now, oh, look at this. There's the submission hold. And oh my gosh, she is going to break Carmella's arm here. And Carmella is literally breathing blood out of her nose as it is pouring here in the ring. I know, a kick to the midsection there by Carmella. And fights back with those heavy shots and a backbreaker. And you see Izanami immediately holding that back. And now look at this. Oh God, Carmella just broke her nose back. Carmella is finding out the definition of strong style, as she may have just broken Izanami's nose right there. And another right hand by Carmella Carmichael. And now look at these shoulder thrusts. Carmella Carmichael slowing down the pace here. And now, oh, Izanami landed right on the back of her head. See, look at the poise and confidence in Carmella Carmichael. Again, early on in her career, she would have been freaking out in this situation, but not now, as there's a blockbuster off the top turnbuckle. And Carmella says that is it, with the cover on Izanami. 2. Izanami gets the shoulder up again. And Izanami realizing she's in a fight here tonight. Carmella has Izanami against the ropes. And now, hang on a second. Carmella now with a straight stomp to the chest. And like I said, this is the Renegade. She can fight good and dirty at the same time. And oh, what a kick though. Carmella didn't see that one coming. And now Izanami with a clothesline. And a second clothesline. Carmella falling all the way to the ropes. And no, Izanami went for it all. Carmella moved out the way. And now STO takedown there by the challenger for the world title. Carmella now going right back to the top rope once again. She's only missed once off the top, and there's the splash. And now this could be it with the cover on Izanami. 2, and no, another near fall. This is one hell of a wrestling matchup here on MPWF War, the main event of episode 24. And now Izanami. Oh, and now here we go. These women are now striking off with each other. And now big knife edge chop by Izanami. And Carmella with a knife edge chop of her own. And a knife edge chop by Izanami. And Carmella, no, Izanami wins that strike exchange. I know this time Carmella blocks. I know this time Izanami blocks. This is back and forth here in our main event for MPWF War. And now Carmella Carmichael with the super kick. Super kick knocks Izanami loopy, and an STO again there by Carmella. But Izanami with a vicious knee to the jaw of the Renegade. And now Izanami all going for the backside cover. Carmella was expecting some hard-hitting move, but no, just gets the shoulder up in there. Both women staring at each other, folks. This is insane, as Carmella now with the right hand. And another strike. And now Carmella could be going for the Renegade. No, she switches and changes on Izanami at a clothesline. Izanami was expecting the Renegade, and Carmella changed position. Oh, wow, look at that stiff shot to the face. And now, wait a minute. And now, boom, there is the move from Lazura Azul. But how much damage is Carmella faced because she cannot get the cover? And wait, no, she's not done yet. Izanami down on her feet. And wait a minute, Carmella Carmichael with the Stardust splash off the top rope. And Izanami with the rope break. That would have been it. The Stardust splash on a clothesline sends Izanami to the outside. But Izanami hangs on. Izanami will not lose in front of her hometown here. And now, oh, right hand there by Carmella Carmichael. And another strike. And now going to go for the Renegade for the second time in this matchup. And there it is, but Izanami again with a foot on the ropes. And Carmella now may be saying this may have been a mistake. I may not be able to beat her before I face my sister at WrestleMania 12. And Izanami then stopping on the hand and another shot to the back. of Carmella Carmichael. And Izanami now whipping Carmella into the buckle. And Izanami looking for that high-risk offense this time. And oh, wait a second here. She's going for, oh wow, I don't know what she was going for there. A superplex perhaps. But now, Carmella sends Izanami face first onto that broken nose. And can Carmella hit that Stardust Splash for a second time? And she goes for the elbow, and no, Izanami moves out the way. And Izanami staying in this one. And a right hand by Izanami. And now, oh, kick to the midsection by Carmella. And now again, no, this time Izanami catches it there with the wheel kick. And now Izanami there with the hip attack in the ropes. Carmella slowly getting to her feet. Izanami could be looking for the standing hip attack this time. And there's the jumping spinning kick. And here it comes. Izanami there with the flying hip attack. And that could be it. The victory here in the main event. 2. No, Carmella gets the shoulder up. But you see Izanami straight into the top turnbuckle. No wasted motion. And a frog splash. And with the cover again. 1, 2. No, Carmella gets the shoulder up again. And this crowd here knows that we are witnessing something special here in our main event. And oh, what an elbow there to the broken nose. Goes Carmella Carmichael. And a kick to the midsection again. And oh wait, the Irish whip sending Izanami into the buckle. And now Carmella with a hip attack of her own. And then running in with the X-Factor in the ropes there. Or the Bronco Buster, folks. I was thinking of X-Pac there, but it was the Bronco Buster. And now kick to the midsection here. And now, bam, what a slam there by Carmella Carmichael. Can she do it? Can she beat Izanami in Japan? And she does. Carmella Carmichael just beat Izanami in Tokyo. What an incredible matchup, folks. That was as hard-hitting of a wrestling match that we've seen in quite some time here in the Major Japan Wrestling Federation. And it was exactly what they said it was going to be. It was a battle of fighting spirit. It was a battle of honor here in Tokyo, Japan. And there's no way that Izanami hasn't gained some kind of respect for Carmella Carmichael after that one was all said and done. Carmella Carmichael fought fire with fire against Izanami. But Izanami also being brought to a different level here tonight. Look at the way Izanami reaches out with her foot to grab the rope there. That was incredible in-ring psychology by Izanami. And here I thought this was it. Look at the impact of this hip attack. Bam! Carmella was done there, but able to get the shoulder up at the last second. And again, maybe even a controversial call there by the referee. But we need a full-on name for this, folks. We need a full-on name for this. I mean, are we going to call it straight up the Lazura Azul? But you can hear this crowd showing respect. Carmella Carmichael, broken nose and all, picks up a huge victory before WrestleMania. And we could be looking at the next CAW Women's World Champion. Now, what are they going to be thinking in their camp, folks? And Montana says she's getting real good, but we will not let her win at WrestleMania. You are better than her, and I need to get my payback for what she did to me at Destiny. I'm going to head to Underground and handle business there first. I heard a couple extras saying that Ingrid wants to be finished. And when it's done, we end Carmella once and for all. See, Underground, we got Montana Carmichael is going to be showing up there. Ingrid's looking to call her out. Carmen says, Montana, she is very different right now. I think my title is in danger. And you know how scared Carmella Carmichael has to be to admit that? Do you know how scared that Carmella Carmichael has to be to admit that? But folks, if you've watched this far, thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to us. It really helps. Again, the YouTube has been dumb as hell with the algorithm, so please subscribe to us at MPWF Wrestling. But right now, we're going to head to ringside because this is the final part of the night. We are going to hear from the MPWF World Champion, Marcus Eagle. There he is, with his woman, Sakura Furukawa, the reigning and defending MPWF World Heavyweight Champion. 2 matches, 2 continents. He defeated Chase Stevens at Destiny. He then defeated his brother in Benson Clement at Crossroads, and is still the MPWF World Champion. It is official, he will face the Cypher at WrestleMania 12. But now here they are in the home of Sakura Furukawa, and Marcus Eagle going to close out the show to address the MPWF fans. I'm being told that Lamar Goldman is in bad shape in the hospital as we speak, and I know that's something that's going to be bothering Marcus Eagle as well. His best friend and member of the Generation of Scum taken out at the hands of Shane Carter. What an accomplished wrestler that Marcus Eagle is for his age and experience here in the MPWF. And he is going to explain exactly what this situation is all about at WrestleMania 12. And to this day, that is one of the most tasteless apparel I have ever seen. Sakura Furukawa now speaking to this crowd in their native language. And she is asking them to show respect to Marcus Eagle. Marcus ain't going to get respect from most people. The only person that may respect him is his mother and Sakura Furukawa. You can take that the way you see it, have it the way you want it. Now wait, Marcus Eagle speaking Japanese himself here. And he says, I, Marcus, the best wrestler in the MPWF, the best wrestler in the world, and I am the World Heavyweight Champion. And at WrestleMania, nothing can change that. Well, it's good to see that Sakura Furukawa's got Marcus Eagle on his Duolingo, practicing his Japanese here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as he's addressing this crowd. It's good to see that they're, at least the Generation of Scum is bilingual. Marcus says, at WrestleMania, I will go one-on-one with the Cypher for the MPWF World Heavyweight title. A battle to determine the future of the MPWF. This is a match I have prevented for a long time because, as I have stated before, my career is unfortunately tied to that moron. We main evented the first WWF TakeOver event, and on that night, he defeated me. That's right, the main event, the Cypher used the apron powerbomb to beat Marcus Eagle. And he says that match would change my career forever. Did you know that I was originally supposed to face Hector Rodriguez for the US title the night after WrestleMania? But I lost and ended up facing Jason Holiday instead. What a step down. My entire career was a step down. And not only that, I had to watch Cypher win the Cruiserweight Classic and become the first Cruiserweight Champion. Again, something that definitely irked Marcus Eagle. And he says, I failed to win that tournament and watch Cypher win the hardcore title and then move up to the main roster and have the career I wanted. That was until this fine woman besides me showed me the way. That was until a revolutionary like Lamar James Jackson helped me more than my father ever could. I joined Scum with my best friend Lamar Goldman, and we caused a paradigm shift in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Well, that's certainly one way to put it, folks. That is certainly one way to put it. says, before I continue, Lamar Goldman will be back, and it will be Shane Carter who pays, because that's what Scum does. And with Sakura's help, I did that. At WrestleMania 11, I won the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Cypher had to win the YouTube title. I said there's no way he'll win the world title before me, but then he won the King of the Ring. And at that point, I knew how I would get back at him. I knew how I would make him suffer. I would let Cypher taste the top of the mountain, hold the world championship, and then I would take it from him. And I would make sure he would never hold it again. He cheated me and stole my thunder, so I would turn the Cypher into Sisyphus. Sisyphus, a man who was condemned in Greek mythology to push a boulder uphill, but never reach the top for the rest of his life. Cypher, you are the new Sisyphus here in the MPWF. And that's some ball knowledge for any of my classics majors here watching the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. Cypher, I am the best wrestler in the world. I have beaten Shane Carter, Benson Clement, my brother, Chase Stevens, Dr. Rice Jr. The top of that hill for you is WrestleMania 12, the MPWF World Heavyweight Championship, but at the top is also me, a god, Marcus 118, the MPWF World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm going to push you right back down that hill. You will never hold the MPWF World title again. Marcus Eagle, to make sure that Cypher never tastes the top again. Is the Cypher Sisyphus? Not in my opinion, but hang on a second. Hang on a second. Had it not been for Benson Clement, this man would be walking in to WrestleMania as the MPWF World's Heavyweight Champion. And there he is accompanied by his lady, the Lady of Darkness, Azrael Christ, Unbreakable Chase Stevens. As I stated before, he was moments away from becoming the MPWF World's Heavyweight Champion. But he got his lick back. He cost Benson Clement the title with the help of an apparition of Sean Stevens at Crossroads. And I was wondering when we were going to see these two here tonight on War. And it seems that they are not done with Marcus Eagle or Sakura Furukawa. This is a pay-per-view match waiting to happen. I'll tell you that right now, folks. And Azrael says, the two of you seem to be moving on awfully quick to WrestleMania. We are far from done with you. In fact, Brian has given me the honor of announcing that my in-ring debut will take place at WrestleMania 12. Sakura, we will settle this once and for all. You will face Azrael Christ in the most intense debut ever witnessed in the MPWF. Well, how about that, folks? Azrael Christ versus Sakura Furukawa at WrestleMania 12. And Chase says, and Marcus, just like the Cruiserweight title, just like Money in the Bank, I had you beaten and somebody else won your battle for you at Destiny. I should have walked away as the MPWF World Champion had it not been for Benson Clement. That title match is set in stone at WrestleMania. I can't change that, but I can set something else in stone. This ass whooping you're about to receive. Hang on a second. Chase and Azrael dropping the announcements, and they're getting ready to scrap here. And here we go. They ain't done with him yet. And now Chase Stevens with the vertebrae from Marcus Eagle. Azrael Christ going after Sakura Furukawa. And it is pandemonium here to end MPWF War. And look at these hammer fists here by the Unbreakable One. The prodigy of Helios Christ. The daughter of Helios Christ. And oh wait, these two women have been scrapping for months here in the MPWF, and it's finally going to come to a head at WrestleMania 12. And Azrael gets sent face first there on the announce table. And the right hand there by Azrael Christ. And And oh, wait a minute, here comes that knee strike there by Azrael. And Sakura Furukawa is finding herself in this position at the hands of Azrael Price on a very consistent basis. And there's the chair shot. And oh, wait a minute. Oh, Sakura Furukawa though, with instant payback, dropping Azrael Price here. What the hell's happening? Wait a minute, what the hell is happening here? Oh my goodness. As Chase Stevens is pummeling the hell out of Marcus, there is Benson Clement with the urn. And Benson Clement now taking out Chase Stevens. And now, is this now an alliance between Marcus Eagle and Benson Clement? Now Chase Stevens cannot survive against these two in a 2-on-1 situation. Cannot survive against these two in a handicap situation. And they have put the boost to him. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We didn't know he was in the building. Former FJCW Eastern Champion, winner of the Elimination Chamber, and there, the New York Kid here on MPWF War. Cypher straight flexing before he comes to the ring here. The #1 contender for the MPWF World Heavyweight Championship. Look at his face as he comes to the ring here. And the Cypher now beelining after Marcus Eagle. And Benson no focus on Chase Stevens, but Chase reverses. And now we got a scrap and a vertebreaker by the Unbreakable One to Benson Clement. And the Cypher now has Eagle against the ropes. And now the Cypher showing Marcus Eagle ain't no damn Sisyphus, and potentially the next MPWF World Heavyweight Champion. And now Chase Stevens here has Benson Clement against the ropes, and a big boot sends Benson Clement all the way to the floor. And now Marcus trying to fight back here, but it's now 2-on-1 for Marcus Eagle. And now the Cypher has Marcus Eagle against the ropes again, and a clothesline sends both men to the floor. And Chase Stevens now waiting for Benson Clement to get in the ring, but he doesn't. And now the Cypher and Chase Stevens standing tall here tonight. We know that the MPWF War title will be on the line between the Cypher and Marcus Eagle at WrestleMania. But I am telling you right now, KK Cram, Brian Adams, and Meredith Grey, we better have Benson Clement versus Chase Stevens at WrestleMania. With pandemonium to end MPWF War here, but this is all the time we have for you folks. My name's Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and I will see you for Annihilation. Good night, everybody. The Cypher and Chase Stevens stand tall here tonight.